Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. My dear, sweet, beloved explorers, it is me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, here once again with you on a absolutely gorgeous Friday night. And tonight, we are communing once again to explore a very particular topic, one that we don't get around to quite enough, one that should be on the tip of our tongues. For as much as joy as we experience in the program, we also have a cross to bear, ladies and gentlemen, and that cross is sharing our light with our loved ones. Tonight on Explorations. Namaste, everyone. How are we all doing out there? Blessings and namaste to you. My name is Leslie, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. I am so happy to have you with me. It's wonderful to be with you on a Friday night, no less. We have some fun on a Friday night, right, ladies and gentlemen? Don't we have some fun on a Friday night, Nindy New, with 50 bits getting us started? Namaste to you, Nindy New. Great to feel your presence with us. Wonderful. Great to see you, brother. Cody and Mindful Exposures. Eric, also you're my first over at youtube.com. Good to see you. Good to see you rascals. Namaste, Dr. Hannah, looking sexy as always. Let me breastfeed from you, brother. I would. If I could, I would. I invite the sun into my soul to sanitize the ancient filth that churns without rest. I invite the moon into my heart to embolden the stench and creep of this filth as it animates my mind and body. Namaste. Thank you so much. Cougar Pie for the bits. Poor for the bit. Cherish 85. You. Look at this. Fortune 500 consultant. Did not. Huge upswing for you. 22 months. Let's fucking go. Namaste, Cherish. Let's make some noise for Cherish for the 22 months. 22 months that we have had the pleasure of sharing with Cherish. Namaste, sweetheart. Really appreciate that. Really super appreciate your presence with us here tonight. Namaste to you. Also, thank you so much to Psyduck for getting that 25 bits. Fellow former Dentonite. Namaste, everybody. Let's get a little bit of a you-know-what going, huh? A little bit of a jazz on a Friday night. Don't mind if I do. Namaste, everybody. A little bit of sensuality getting started in a sensual sense. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking, we saw a quote just a little bit ago, a very beautiful quote that I have written in one of the texts that I will be sharing with the world very soon indeed, that I invite the filth that animates my mind and soul. I invite the filth that animates my mind and soul. And ladies and gentlemen, before language, before books, before reading, before communication, ladies and gentlemen, there is the contact, the sort of interaction with being, ladies and gentlemen. Be it positive, be it negative, be it disgusting, be it euphoric, ladies and gentlemen, there is the experience that animates the mind, the body, and the soul, ladies and gentlemen. Being in its essence is a sensual experience, is a sensuous experience. And I, as a jazz musician, am tasked with guiding you, holding your hand, making sure that you have the experience, sensually speaking, to tap into that which generates language, generates self, generates other. We are here to do no less on a Friday night, yeah. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. Flu. Namaste, gifting a sub to Dumb Loser. Dumb Loser, you put that sweater on, you don't take it off. Dumb Loser, leave that sweater on, you son of a bitch. You leave that hat, you leave that sweater on. It's going to get you ready for what's to come. Namaste. Namaste, Sensuality Friday. Pepperoncini with the single bits. Pepperoncini, let's get that butt buzzer going. Namaste to you. I see what you're saying. Treasure train. Treasure train level. What the fuck is a treasure train? What the fuck is a treasure train? Leslie's Jazz helped me do my Taekwondo, says Nindy New, and that's awesome. I love the idea of Nindy New getting a little bit of hi-ya in at the strip mall. Pulling up in the RAV4, getting a nice little hi-ya. Yes, sir, I will take another stripe on my white belt. Nindy New, very proud of you. 50 bits from Nigel. Penny, pepperoncini, hitting me with the pennies. Namaste. Sir Whale, 69 bits. It cost you 100 bits. What the fuck is a treasure train? No idea. Level 3s. Ho, ho, ho! Cuckoo Pie gifting out 5 community subs, pushing that train along those tracks. Well, listen, if we need jazz, then we got some jazz coming down the pipeline. Remember, it's about the body. It's not about thinking. It's not about words. It's about the body. Let me connect to your body. Namaste, everybody. We're really doing it to him. Nigel Pennyweather, good to see you, Guru. Perfect way to end the week. Nigel Pennyweather, blessings and namaste. Really dialed in. I really appreciate your contributions. Blessings. Nindy New, come on, Explorers. Level 5 is the sweetest jazz. But listen, if we get to level 5, I can't control what's about to happen. I can't control what's about to happen. I'm truly going to let go. I'm going to let what is inside of me come out. Be that as it may, I will be going absolutely. You will see an energy on the screen. You will see an expression of the human nature and condition combined in an intersection of unholy horse shit that will truly curdle your blood. Because that'll provide you with a mirror. Namaste. Apexical, you son of a bitch. Namaste. Welcome in. Night, you're gifting 20 subs. Night, you're gifting 20 goddamn subs. Holy moly. Oh my sweet Lord in heaven, Night, your brother Night, you're coming in clutch with a very blessed contribution. Lord knows that's going right into the compound fund, right into the development of materials. We're doing so much stuff over here. Blessings. Wow. Who? Apexical, welcome. Cougar Pie, 100 bits. Nindy New, 100 bits. Nigel, 200. Nindy New, 35% off gift subs for broke ass Larry pick. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Appreciate that. Leslie deserves a level 5. Everybody's being so generous and really beautiful tonight. Night Year. Everybody, please give us some namaste to Night Year in chat right now. If everyone can give somebody what it mean, if everybody gives some sumptuous namaste to Brother Night Year in the chat right now. Good to see you. namaste. Wow.
That was for Night Ear.
Namaste to Night Ear. Thank you so much. Hey, how about the temporary roommate Namish?
Hey.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for bringing the thing around. Namaste, whatever that thing's name is. Blessings and namaste. Wow. Always, I always notice that the chair really lights up whenever that old so-and-so makes an appearance on the screen, Again, once I know I said this last time, but another lifetime. Every once in a while, I say once every, maybe 6 months to 8 months, there'll be a little spark. I'll be getting a little hard-boiled egg out of the fridge, and she'll be, doing whatever. I don't honestly have no idea what she does. And there'll be a little spark. There'll be a little something in the air. I'll be like, and I'll be honest. I'm sent inward. I'm sent inward, and I must answer the question: is there something going on? Is there something going on? Question mark. Wow. Pepperoncini, they're looking like a total bitch as of late with these nut-swinging heavy hitters. Nut-swinging heavy hitters. That's true. We have some big fat cock slapping that big fat cock on the table very recently, excited about where this program is going. They have a diverse enough portfolio. They are not getting butt-fucked by the Trump tariffs. You know what? If we're, for somebody who comes in and talks about business and making yourself... Yeah, you would certainly put yourself in a position to get skull fucked by these tariffs. Oh my goodness gracious! Well, we love to have your vibe, pretty much. Wow. What an absolutely explosive little, yep, I shoot it like cats. My dad got to your jazz postcard before I did, and he said, this is from your weird friend. I think he thinks you're a pervert. Why did you have to moan in it? I don't even know you. That shit doesn't work on me. Yep, I sure do like cats. Let's be 100% clear. I'm going to get to this communal vision. I'm going to address what you just shared. If you haven't told your parents that the program works, do it now before Leslie and the universe gets mad. Wow. We're seeing a real-time communication right now between Yep, I Shoot You Like Cats and Nindinu. Namaste. Nindinu, namaste, back-to-back, having a communique. Blessings and namaste to both of them. Yes, go ahead and let them know exactly what's going on. Tell them how much this means to you. Tell them how instrumental this program was to you getting through your finals tests. You got to let them know. Yeah, they're going to think I'm a pervert because I'm sending you. Because if they don't know the context, they're going to get a postcard thinking that I am introducing you to your sensual aspect of being a woman. In a sense that is weird, but it's not weird because it's the program. Put them in front of this fucking computer. Explorer, addicted to porn, not a good person, Night Ear to the greatest of all time. 16 months, you son of a bitch. 18 months, actually. Year and a half with Night Ear. Communal vision. Tell your dad to shut the fuck up. At least Leslie still has a gallbladder. Wow. Yeah, you better listen, if I was your father and I knew people were talking about me like that, I'd want them in front of the screen. I'd want to be able to address these things in a public fashion because I am being publicly I'm being publicly spanked right now. Tell your dad, you stick your head out the door and you say, "Hey Papa, you're getting spanked right now." Hey Papa. You see, yeah, you're getting spanked. I just want you to know. Do you want to spank back? You want to get in a spank fight? It's up to you right now. Larry Pickle Jar, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wow. Now, Craigulators gifting. Oh my sweet Lord, how generous this community is being right now. Namaste. Namaste to each and every single one of you guys. And this excitement that I'm seeing right now, Craigulators with the 5 community subs, extremely blessings to you. Namaste. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason tonight's theme is what it is. Sharing our light with loved ones. Because anybody that's watched a second of tonight's exploration, anybody that has watched even 5 seconds, they have seen a palpable energy that could practically cut it with a knife. If they had the metaphysical tool that I could give them, weirdly enough, a metaphysical tool to cut the knife of the energy that is coming out of the screen in front of them, they could not deny that the light being developed here, that the light growing here naturally is something to be seen, something to behold, something that cannot be ignored. So then the next question for us, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who has walked into this stream and been touched, anyone who has walked into this community and been given a tool by which to transform their life, who has bared witness to the most effective personal power program in the country. The next question, ladies and gentlemen, is how? How do I share the light of this program with those that I know better than anyone? Those whose potential I can see percolating behind their eyes every time I look at them. I can hear the percolation in their voice. I can feel the percolation under their skin. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we give them the tools to transform their lives? How do we initiate the uninitiated? How do we share the light in the darkness? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're getting into tonight. That is what we are going to explore this evening. Side up.
No, we are the universe enduring itself, tolerating itself.
That's right. Carl Sagan, take a hike. New age guys, take a hike. We're in the new age. This is the new age. We are the universe enduring itself. You want to unlock your power at the next level? You want to truly realize the extent at which you are a part of this universe and therefore resonate? Listen, fellas, you gotta get a little bit into cold yoga. Kukra Pie with 100 bits. Namaste to you. Really appreciate Kukra Pie giving a gift to the men in the chat. Really beautiful, and I appreciate that. That's very generous of you. That's mindful exposure is over at youtube.com. Absolutely. Sagan, take a hike. Sagan, take a hike. Sagan, we gotta thank Carl Sagan and the likes of his kinds of public figures for the gifts that they've given us. Sure, we stand on the shoulders of medium tall people. I wouldn't say giants, but medium tall, intellectually speaking. And here we are realizing the absolute truth, the truth by which we can tap into the power of the next level, our source energy, and potential that we have known all along that we possessed. That since day one, we've known that there is something waiting inside of us, percolating, waiting to be expressed, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why we're here. That's why you come here. And that's what we're going to do. But as I do that every night, but part of that, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the orders of business, sharing our light with loved ones. What I mean by that is not just altruism. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe in altruism. I do not believe in selfless acts. I think it's objectively, in an objective sense, I think it's impossible. But beyond that, in terms of a spiritual sort of a little saying that we tell ourselves, selflessness, valuing selflessness, acting out of selflessness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's toxic. It's abusive. It is literal violence. You'd do better to just bring a baseball bat down to your nearest homeless encampment and just beat the fuck out of somebody. Crush their skull in. That level of violence is being done every day in the name of empathy through the guise and through the framework of selflessness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not real, it is impossible. What I mean to say is that by sharing the light out of empathy, out of seeing a potential, wanting them to unleash the potential that they have coursing through their veins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ultimately a selfish act. You see the potential. It feels good to share the light. It feels good to share the light. Not only in the immediate sense, but in the broader sense, ladies and gentlemen, if you plant some seeds, you will see the harvest will be rich. If you plant the seeds, ladies and gentlemen of explorations, you will see that the harvest will be rich for you all year long. All year long. If you could go back in time, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. If you could go back in time and ask a pioneer or a farmer of yore, Leper Messiah gifting out 5 community subs. Holy moly, goddamn Leper Messiah, namaste to you.
I often spend a portion of my weekends sketching an anthropomorphized hamburger with fat tits and massive bush, telling me how crazy her ex is. The drawings are abysmal, but capture something ephemeral, bespoke.
That's 100% true. That's 100% true. If you're looking, by the way, if you're fellas and you're getting your numbers up, your masturbation numbers up. If you are heeding my advice, then and you're looking for stuff, draw a hamburger. Draw your favorite food with a big ass bush and some tits, and crank your shit to it. Really yank. Worry about the yank. People don't. They worry about the downstroke too much. But if you're a pro, you're getting into pro numbers, which you should be, and I command my followers to do so. Don't worry about that downstroke. Worry about that yank. Get that yank going. Draw a picture of your favorite food with fat tits. Could be just circles. Could be but if you want to get into shading, you want to get into lighting, you want to get into some nuanced shape. Maybe you like the teardrops of the 70s. Maybe you like those big old, the big old sort of tubers of the 90s, or who knows? Any shape is fine. But it's important. Just a favorite food, tits, bush, and yank. Namaste. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are multiple facets to sharing our light tonight. And when we open up the line in just a moment, I want to hear from you. I want to hear people looking for new ways to share their light, but I also want to hear from my more senior explorers with experience in doing exactly this. With experience in doing exactly this. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the likes of Genomatic, aka Hippocryptomatic, aka Jenny. Namaste. I'm talking about the likes of Cherish. I'm talking about the likes of Plur. These illustrious names that we have grown so close to and seen really transform not just their lives but the lives around them. What are your strategies for doing this? What are your strategies? How do you do this? How are you so effective in sharing our light? Now, before we do that, a couple quick little points of business. So first and foremost, guys, we're going to do another mail day today. We have a piece of mail. But guys, in the meantime, we're going to do some mail at the halfway point. Guys, send me a damn thing. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois, 60647. I love getting postcards. I love getting letters. I love getting every this, that, and the other. I love little knickknacks, but I also love the packages. Little Miss Whatever sent a big old box of blank VHS tapes that she got on eBay. Extremely helpful, extremely generous to the program, guys. We're getting ready for our next batch of VHS tapes, and let me tell you, it's going to be a very exciting one, a very exciting release of the next tape of the program. You've possibly already gotten the Growth to Nowhere tape. Possibly you've already gotten the Beauty of Nature VHS tape, Blessings and Namaste. But we're just gearing up for a real nice one next. Real quick, Camilo Vision Cougar Pie. What if I got you a billboard? Helpful or too much? No, that's I can't imagine a more perfect thing to get. To be honest with you, if I'm shooting straight with you right now, Cougar Pie, I cannot imagine a more perfect thing. A billboard. Let's talk about it. Let's get some brainstorming going. Namaste. Thanks so much. Really appreciate the nothing from Leper Messiah. Extremely generous. Leper Messiah, bless you tonight. Bless you tonight. Really understanding the value of what you see on the screen tonight. I really appreciate that. Much excitement right now. Nindy knew if you support the program, you will be a founding member. You'll be a founding member with compound privileges. Now that's, brother, listen, if I could tell you, I can't tell you everything that's going on behind the scenes right now, but if I could tell you what's going on behind the scenes right now, you'd shit your pants right now. You'd shit your fucking pants right now. Cougar Pie, I'm holding you to not getting angry if I do. Namaste. Well, let's chat a little bit. Let's chat a little bit before you do it. Cougar Pie, namaste. Let's just have a little, let's get some brainstorm going. Let's get something real nice up on that board. You know what I mean? Let's really dial in the message, because you only get so much space, right? You only get so much space. Attention is such a premium these days. Attention is such a premium. Attention is such a premium these days. We got to be very, very precise and incisive with our words. Namaste. Quick affirmation for fellows. Side up with a gun. Listen, you hate to admit it, especially if you're from Texas, but Texas really is the greatest state in the union. And I don't like saying that. I don't like it. I don't like saying it. Let's make that perfectly clear. Quick affirmation for ladies. Listen, clean your goddamn beauty blender. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, good. That was good. So, okay, next point of business. Next point of business. Where are we at? There we go. Guys, if you're excited about what you see on the screen tonight, at any point, and you would like the real meat on the bones, you want the videos, you want the podcast, you want everything behind the scenes, the true materials of the program. I host a growing library of exclusive materials at the Community of Devoted Light at Patreon.com. If you are interested in joining my inner circle and availing yourself to these materials, just for a couple dollars a month, go ahead and type !final journey into the chat to begin your final journey and enter my Community of Devoted Light at Patreon.com. Now, a couple more details about that later. I'm not going to belabor that for now. Namaste. Namaste. Leper Messiah, yes, there's a podcast. There's a podcast behind the scenes. It's been weekly lately. It was bi-weekly before, but it's been weekly lately. I'm going to be lots of fun. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Namaste. Now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of the Leper Messiah. I'm telling you, there's some stuff. There's some stuff there. You know, monthly goddamn postcard. How about that? That tickle your whatever you have. Leper Messiah. I don't know if you have a penis or a vagina, or if it's just maybe just scar tissue, but I got stuff that'll tickle you. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the lines. I'm adjusting to this new layout. Dodgy Friend, blessings and namaste. Dodgy Friend just saying hi. Dodgy Friend issuing a communal vision, just saying hi. Hi to you as well, Dodgy Friend. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. I really appreciate that. I genuinely really appreciate the generous contribution of bits, but also just the announcement of your presence. The announcement of your presence right now, Dodgy Friend. Namaste. I have a fancy. Could you tickle that, Leslie? Maybe, probably. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but probably. The line is now open, 708-240-8953. The line is open. Call me, Leslie Tanner, directly. And tonight we are exploring sharing our light with loved ones. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
It's Michaela.
Michaela getting us started off right. First caller of the night. How you doing tonight, Michaela?
I'm doing good. I know I'm not like a seasoned explorer, but like you said, I haven't shut up since I started. I think I've actually called into every single show so far.
Yes, yes.
Like basically, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. You know, like some of the seasoned, there have been a lot of people that have been here for a while, and they have stagnated. They refuse to take the next step in the program. And when I see you, have you ever played that old school game, Word Muncher or Number Muncher?
Maybe.
You got a grid about 8 by 8 squares, and you got to get the words that associate with one another, and you move this little munchin guy around.
Oh, I learned today that I was 7 years old when you were in college, so probably not.
Yeah, probably not then. Well, you should. You should seek it out. It's a very wonderful game. But anyway, you're in terms of the program itself, you're absolutely ravenous. You are here and you are hitting the pavement. A lot of people could take a page out of your playbook. Now, Michaela, no need to make excuses. Talk to me. What's on your mind? I feel like you always got something to say, something to share.
Yeah. Sorry, I just read one of the incoming communal.
Larry Picklejar says, caller, have you fantasized about Raji giving you a nice Rogering?
I don't think that's a word, but I have been keeping in contact with Raji. He's a fun dude.
That could, who knows what they're saying over there, though. They have all kinds of really, like, pervert ways to say stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went two-stepping last night.
You went two-stepping last night. Beautiful. And by two-stepping, we're talking about like medium tempo R&B, right?
R&B? I mean,
two-stepping. Are you talking about Southern two-stepping? Are you talking about yeehaw two-stepping?
Like yeehaw. Like they
yeehaw.
play country music. And it's like a huge place.
Different situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went two-stepping. Texas two-step. Okay, I see what's going on. Now, talk to me. How'd that go?
It was really fun. I went with my friend. I learned that an exam that I thought was going to be today was actually last night, and so I had to quickly do that first, but it went well.
Mm-hmm.
I went, and 2 shots of Fireball was $15, which sucked.
Yeah, that's not a good deal.
No, it's really not. But one guy asked permission to flirt with me, which was kind of weird.
Asked permission to flirt?
Yes.
Ew. What?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? You got to give some, before we get into sharing our light. You got to give a little more details. Let's put some meat on that bone.
Okay.
How? What? Yeah. Fill in some gaps there.
So I was, there's a lot of people in this place, right? It's like a big place. And I was hanging out by the pool table with my friend, and there were already some guys who were playing pool with us, and, like, it was clear that they were very drunk and, like, trying to make a move, and I wasn't really interested. So I was looking for a way out anyway. But this other guy came up to me, and he said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" I said, "No." He said, "Is it okay if I flirt with you?" And I said, "I guess. I only date Christian men, though." And he was like, "I'm Christian." And I was like, "Yeah." It didn't work, but yeah, he asked permission, which was interesting.
I mean, yeah, we used to, there were a couple, I don't know how long ago it was, but that's the kind of shit that'll turn your shit inside out, make your shit go back inside. You know what I mean?
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, you like your genitals. You just make your genitals go back inside your body.
Oh.
That's
happened to you
really
before? I think you should see a
off-putting.
doctor.
Huh?
Yeah. If that happens, I think you should see a doctor.
Or, I don't think we need to go to the doctor to know that asking permission to flirt is fucking weird.
It's better than,
Better than what?
well, like I said, there was a guy who was trying to flirt with this other guy who was like playing pool with me and my friend, and then he kept leaning into me. He was doing that drunken stupor, and he asked me like 3 different times where I was from, and I answered every time, and he didn't remember any of them. And he kept touching my shoulder, and I didn't like it.
Right. Yeah, no,
he didn't have permission to flirt.
that's just like retarded. That's just bad. That's just he's being dumb, and that's like basic stuff that he's fucking up. But I don't know if the reaction to that is like sending everybody like a little 8x10 of like to the bar to just like, hey, is it cool if I come hang out? I might flirt with some of the women. I just let you know this is the energy that I'm kind of bringing tonight. I might be flirting with you. I might make eye contact with you. Can I text you before I eye contact with you? Larry Pickle Jar, caller, as both a Christian and a boring caller, do you worry you're putting out the energy to attract these men?
Given the fact that I am a caller, a frequent caller, it's kind of clear that I actually don't go out that much.
Nindy New with a question, follow-up to that. Permission to weigh the pussy fat?
If you're my gynecologist, I guess.
So if your gyno said, can I weigh it? You say, yeah. Awesome. Well, listen. One thing I want to say before we go to the share your light is your dad's been introduced to the program, and there's no going back. All right. At some point we got to talk to that dad.
He does think you're really funny. They have a lot lower tolerance for like any kind of offensive humor.
Well, I wasn't even trying to be funny on that one. That was just a sensual poem on the postcard.
Worse, Leslie. That's worse.
Well, I guess. Well, listen. Listen. Then get your dad angry, right? He's angry with me. He doesn't like the kind of language. Get him in here. We'll have a chat about it.
My dad has never been angry in his whole life.
Interesting. What's your relationship with your father?
I love him, and he's the best person I know.
Love him, best person you know. And your mother?
I also love her very much, but sometimes we clash.
You love her very much, but you clash. Are you close with both of them, you'd say?
Yes.
And what does your mom feel about the program?
I haven't told her like anything because she would be less cool with it.
Even
than
less.
My
cool.
dad. Yeah.
See, that's the thing is like listen, I'm on their side. I get. I'm Christian as hell. I get the Christian stuff. Nindy New says, fuck Michaela's dad. Fuck Michaela's dad. Fuck Michaela's dad.
I think he's married. I don't think that he'd want to.
That's a good point. All right. I'm way better than your dad, says Fram Weard.
Like in what way?
I don't know. I have no idea. No clue what he's talking about. But I love the challenge. I love the masculine challenge. Now. Okay. So you've shared the light a little bit with your dad, and he's kind of conflicted about it. It sounds like.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
more like visibly uncomfortable.
But he's not like completely repulsed because he thinks it's a little like, oh, there's something here. But no.
Well, I showed him your VHS, and he read the blurb on the back, and he was like chuckling, like he thought it was very funny.
See, do you see? I listen. Okay, so let's put a plan together. I'm going to take a swing, okay? And you tell me if I'm off base. All right? I'm just trying to read your family situation from afar. Now, is this a sort of traditional situation in a sense that, you know, if your dad signals that something is safe, right? Something is safe to interact with, like safe to incorporate, safe to whatever, that your mom might, you know, stand a better chance to warm up to it.
No.
Is it the opposite?
My mom will verbally say, like, this is weird. You guys are weirdos. You can enjoy this. Leave me out of it. That's normally... She can't watch The Office. It's not like she... Yeah.
I mean, The Office is so crass, though. It's crass and awkward. I'm not a huge fan of The Office. Tell your mom I'm on her side.
Okay. I'll tell my mom that you are on her side.
I agree with her. Yeah, tell her that I agree with whatever she says. And I'd love to speak to her.
Okay. So how do you feel about Democrats then?
Lost. Frustrating. I see something inside of them, but it's very difficult to relate to them. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's going to be you might have to change some stuff if you're going to agree with everything on my mom.
Well, I'm sure we could find common ground. I have lots of liberal friends. Larry Picklejar says, caller, would your dad be uncomfortable with us asking your nipple size, salami size, pepperoni size, or diced ham sized?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be cool with it. Maybe you could ask him. You could ask my dad.
Interesting. Well, there's something. Yeah, it's Larry. We could go ahead, Larry. Next time, let's see that. Let's see you swing for the fences then. Craigulators, what's your dad's name? He seems chill as shit.
I mean, I'm cool with giving my name, but I don't know. I don't think I even want to say my parents' name because they don't have permission. They didn't give me permission to say their name on this.
Well, yeah. Communal vision from Cougar Pie. Shut up, Larry. You're poor. So we got a conflict brewing right now. So we got Larry Picklejar swinging for the fences on a bet and just feeling like really loose tonight. Then we've got Cougar Pie saying, "You poor fuck," telling him to shut. I'd love to see where this is going to go. Now, so is your mom liberal or conservative?
She's conservative.
Conservative. Yeah. See, listen, I'm on her side.
Oh, okay.
Listen. Here's the thing. With explorations in true, and I genuinely mean this. This is not a bit. This is not a joke. Explorations in its essence is sort of pre-liberal and pre-conservative. It's like both and neither. It's about like if you could hear if God himself opened his mouth and spoke, would it be liberal or conservative?
I mean, either.
Exactly. That is what I'm concerned with here. That is what I'm concerned with here at Explorations.
Okay.
Now, listen. I think we've got a really nice plan going right now with your parents. Maybe I think your dad's warming up to it. Let's work. Let's make a little nest, right? Let's make a little nest. You're gonna get another postcard soon. And we'll just check in and see how it's going with your dad first.
Okay. You know, maybe what would help is real quick. Can you say something non-offensive but funny about the Nebraska Cornhuskers real quick, and I can just show him that clip?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, this has been a really great call. Really appreciate you calling in, getting us started off on the right foot. Michaela, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Namaste to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who likes the Nebraska Cornhuskers likes to suck off men in secret. See, the first place I went was something like that. It was like, you husk corn, but I'll bet you wish it was a dick or something. Something to really razz them, you know? If you care about sports, maybe you think that kind of stuff is funny. And it's hard to. I don't have a lot of context for her dad. Namaste, caller. Welcome to Explorations. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, how you doing, Les? It's Tony Spaghetti.
Holy frickin' moly. Hey, guys, it's Tony Spaghetti. Namaste, Tony. How are you doing?
Listen, it's a real problem. Listen, I only got a couple of minutes because my cell phone got stolen. I got to call you from the day room in jail. You know, it's not a fun situation.
You're in jail. Okay, so you're calling from a payphone in jail. I'm your call. All right. What do you need to tell me? Let's go through it.
No, listen, no, it's fine. Listen, we got a bunch of time. Listen, these guys owe me a bunch of stuff. These guys tried to steal ramen from me earlier, and I fucking, we handled them, So I apologize for the quality of the call because I'm in the day room, but, it's all right.
I didn't understand anything you just said. How much time do we have left?
Oh, listen, I think we got a minute and a half. I think that's all I got on the call. Listen, I want to tell you, listen, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't have the
affirmation for fellows. Guys, listen, you got to get yourself a friend with the last name Spaghetti. I'm going to do one more for fellas. They deserve it.
You want to do that? I'm sorry.
No, you tell the bailiff I'm doing a male affirmation for him.
Right. Hey, he's doing an affirmation.
Listen, your work is so important, and I want you to even push yourself to think outside the box. How else can you assault inmates and traffic paraphernalia? See, that was one more.
I like that one. That's all right.
One more. Tell him I got one more for him. Listen, prison guard, you're getting paid $15 an hour, and you're earning every penny. You should be proud of yourself in there.
That's good. I like that one. Hey, no, listen, Les, I love you. Listen, the last time I called,
It's been a while, Tony. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's so good to hear from you.
Because, no, it's fun. It's a bad quality phone call because the last time I called you was on a good Samsung Galaxy. I'd shoved up my ass to get into the program because I had to call you. I went to jail. I, boofed it,
Right. Well, Orchestar says, I just pissed myself. I'm so happy. Hi, Tony. That's from Orchestar. And then from Nindy New saying, I just added 5 minutes to Tony's jailhouse account.
Perfect. Listen, if anybody wants to put money on my books, very easy to find me. It's called Spaghetti 1, Baby 2. So if you go on to a New Jersey State account and just go ahead and put some money in my books, we're gonna need that because I'm in for a long time. But I want to call you because number one, my cell phone got stolen, so I call you from the day room, which is really a fun thing to do. There's a bunch of people behind me, and I said, hey, fuck off, I'm calling Leslie. I don't even know if the program's on. I heard it was on Thursday. Someone in the gallery said, hey, Leslie's on. I call him. I'm like, listen, I got my boy. What are we talking about tonight?
Brother, namaste to you. Well, listen, really funny stuff that we're locked in right now. Our theme tonight is sharing our light with loved ones. So I think, honestly, you're in a perfect position. So how much are you in jail or prison, and how long are you going to be there?
Well, there was a domestic dispute that escalated, and then I hit a cop, and then when you hit the cop, then that gets to a felony type situation, then it gets escalated. You know what happens.
Right. So, And were you messed up? Were you zipped up on any substances?
No, that's a problem. I was totally 100% zippy doodle dandy, and all of a sudden this cop comes at me, and I said, hey, by the way, don't touch me. And now, hey, you hit a cop, It's all right. You know, it's okay. Listen, it's all right. Listen, this is what you got to do with the program.
Right, I understand. Life's a journey.
Yourself,
Life's about the journey, not the destination. I get it. I get you, bud.
Right. Understand yourself, reassess yourself, and take the program.
Exactly.
Explore,
Well, listen.
take the elements.
I'd be hard pressed to find an explorer that's been here as long as you have, Tony. You've been here for probably 3 years at this point. Has it been 3 years with us?
Right. We went through the diaper stuff. We went through all these things. We had a great time. And then, you know what? And I'm going to tell you, everybody out there, too, like, if you're going to hit a cop, just get prepared. But I was prepared, I think,
Right, of course.
Like, when someone gets in my face, you're going to hit them in the face, and, like, you're gonna get some time. But you know what? I think the program has prepared me for jail. And I want to say that, too, Guru. The program has prepared me for jail.
Listen, so I have no doubt that you are going to really thrive. Not Mish with a communal vision. You'd think cops would be braver since they're all decked out with their little vests and whatnot.
That's what I said. Well, hold on. That's what I said. These cops, they think they'd be braver. Listen, you get a little punch in the head, and then everyone's like, oh, hey, by the way, 100%. Everyone fucking loses their minds,
I know. You give them a little tap. And they're like, yeah, it's really crazy how big of victims they are. Stone Monster 400, Tony, could we get your Dorito Loco Jailhouse Pizza recipe?
Listen, that's a whole different situation. You got to get me yeast. Get me yeast, and I'll give you 2 weeks. I'll get you the bread for it before we even get that going. But that's a
Family Art, I heard you was singing to some pigs the other week, Tony.
That's great. He was saying I was singing to a pig?
You were singing to pigs. You were snitching, I think is what Fram We Are is trying to say.
No. That's fine. He's never been inside before. He doesn't know the language. That's funny. That's an amateur trying to talk to me.
Yeah, that's like prohibitionary. I bet you were singing like a canary.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, how you doing, bud? What do you mean?
We gotta get this cask of moonshine across the river, see?
Yeah, Guru. We bury those guys very deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Pepperoncini with another communal vision. Tony, 10 prisoners ran out a hole in the New Orleans prison and are on the loose. What are the odds they will attempt to murder a classroom of children?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, those guys got out. Yeah, no, listen, there's about less than 10 guys got out in New Orleans. Listen, those guys are all right. Listen.
So you knew them. You knew those guys.
Yeah. Listen, Tony's connected to everything. These guys got out of jail in New Orleans today. I think it's less than 10, by the way. These guys are all Shawshank guys. Don't worry about these guys. They're all Andy Dufresne's, and I'll tell you why. They're weak. They're sad. They're going to get caught in less than 6 hours.
Right.
6 hours tops.
Right. They're probably...
Yeah. Remember Andy Dufresne? Those guys, he's like, I'm gonna dig out of my jail. I'm so sad and emotional. Like, if this guy he's going to go back to jail. He's a fucking idiot.
Lover Messiah, nothing, saying, add this to Tony's call time. Namaste. So another 500 bits onto Tony's call time. Namaste to you.
Right.
Now, Tony Spaghetti, I want to get real with you. I want to get serious with you, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
I want to spread the light of Explorations, as you know, a very effective personal power program. I want to spread the light of Explorations into the prison population, and I think your imprisonment is a perfect opportunity to do exactly that. How does that sound? Are you ready for that responsibility?
So listen, I'm ready. I'm ready to be the imam of the program. Like these guys have these. They're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And like, "Listen, you're in the program, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go."
Right. So instead of maybe instead of converting to Islam, they can just get started on Explorations.
No, 100%. Like you're not like a Aryan Brotherhood. You're not the Brother Islam. You're part of the program, right?
Right.
I'm ready to, and also I'm ready to kill people. If they don't do it.
I think. What we're starting, I think this might be. We'll take one step at a time, but I could see this getting really good for us. Namaste. Sociopathogen with
Listen, I have 5 more minutes. I just understand. These motherfuckers, dude.
The light that Tony shares is a flame.
These guys are all fucking out of my asshole, you know?
Namaste. Sociopathogen, 26 months. The light that Tony shares is a flamethrower. Namaste to you.
Oh, very nice. Listen, we got to figure out what we got to do in the prison. Listen, I'm very interested in spreading the program very aggressively with my fists.
Listen, so listen.
Like, can I
go? Yes.
Can we do that?
Well, let's do it strategically. So we're looking for, we're looking. Let's think about this critically. You're in prison,
right?
What's probably like? Is the racial breakdown pretty like even?
Well, I'm in a low tier. I'm like in a 2-tier type situation. So it's broken down pretty evenly. You know, everybody kind of knows what they're doing. You know, but like no one really has a good direction. You know, and that's really what like I want to bring the program with the fist. You like bring the program, hit them right in the face, and let them know how good the program is. You know?
Communal vision, real quick. We got Nindy News saying, "What prison job did they give you?"
Oh no, yeah. Nindy, listen. Let me tell you something. Hold on, I'm gonna lean in this one out because these guys ain't. I'm in the kitchen, bud. I got all the burgers and the cheese. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You're
doing the burgers and the cheeseburgers. I love that. You're the cheeseburger guy.
Oh, this is
well, listen, that's where we start. No, wait. First of all, walk in, Down Eastern Drives. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the raid. Blessings and namaste. Guys, can we do a quick shout out, please, for walk-in? Can we do a quick shout out for walk-in, please? Good Lord. Namaste. Very, very, very inspired of you to join us. So tonight we're exploring sharing our light with loved ones. We are speaking to Tony Spaghetti, who is currently imprisoned in a prison. Hippocryptomatic said, "Nai." Saying, "Get in your canoe, Tone." Listen, I was excited. I was excited to see where that was going to go, but... Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Miguel, that was me. I terminated.
You son of a bitch, I know.
I did.
That's so funny. You're so funny.
Oh, God. You're kind.
Now.
Yeah.
Pierogi, do you have one? I think Pierogi's got one.
Pierogi sees it.
You've been terminated. You did. Pierogi termed her. Namaste. Back-to-back termies. Pierogi University and Hippocryptomatic. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call? Oh, I know who this is. Okay, welcome back to the show, Jenny. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to. How are you, Leslie? Of course.
I'm doing great. I'm having a great night. Tonight we're talking about sharing our light with loved ones, and Lord knows, I don't think there's a single explorer here who's done more than you to share the light of explorations, and you've been terminated again by Craigulators. Craigulators saying bye-bye. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Yeah, my phone broke up. I think it's a new phone plan.
No, you were terminated. So
can you? Oh,
let's go ahead and listen. But I do want to commend you for sharing the light of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. So take us into that. How do you broach the topic of you're getting terminated again? Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Night Year terminated Jenny that last time saying, "Hey Jen, fuck off, buddy." Namaste to Night Year. Blessings and namaste. Thank you so much, Night Year, for the bits, as well as Craigulators and Pierogi for that also other term. And who was that? Was that 4 termies? Yeah. No, that was just 3. Well, 4 including Pierogies. Okay. All right, caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Howdy, Leslie. Namaste. It's Butterfly.
Butterfly, welcome back to the program, Butterfly. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm pretty good. How are you, Leslie?
Oh, I'm on cloud 9, having a great evening.
Well, I just called in. I'm wondering, I really need a lot of help. I can't figure out how not to be an unyielding, sanctimonious prick.
Unyielding, sanctimonious prick. Okay. Yeah, let's get to that, and then we'll worry about the sharing the light. And weirdly enough, those are going to be connected because those are undesirable qualities, and we want you to have desirable qualities by which to share the light. And you haven't terminated, so maybe later. Hypocryptomatic. I hate snoring. Butter snore. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
No, Tony's back. I timed it right.
It's Tony. Tony's back. Namaste, Tony. Welcome back.
Listen, there was a lot going on right there, bud. A lot of shots going across.
Yeah,
the
lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Lots of action tonight. Lots of action. People are upset.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, are we all right? Listen, we get terminated right now. I'm not
Nope,
sure.
you got
like
time. You're fine. Let's do it. So let's worry about. Okay, so I think the thing that I was most excited about, and is what you shared right towards the end before you got terminated, was we're looking for a strategy, looking for a starting point, looking for an end, and then you mentioned being the cheeseburger guy.
Right.
Cougar Pie saying, good caller, but ordering an affirmation for fellas. I'm happy to not read, but have that message dictated to me and then share it with you. Cougar Pie, good caller, and we're going to do a quick affirmation for fellas. Soaring through the sky with the wings of an eagle, there is no more chance to be yourself. Sound the bugle.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Not like maybe the best one.
Imagine a future hellish dystopia.
Real quick quote. We had a quick quote.
Is constantly doing therapy on everyone else at all times. Buildings have no corners, few if any walls, and we all barely even remember being unhappy.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Yeah, namaste, bud. Bye-bye. I love you.
No, you're not yet. It's not over yet.
No. Listen, I see it in the chat.
Affirmation for women. Listen, it's not over till it's over. All right, and that's it. Let's do one more for the ladies, huh? They deserve more. They deserve better.
Yeah, things are better than that, ladies. 100%.
All right, so listen, real quick. How are we gonna? You've been terminated. Tony, I shall talk about my plight for the community. Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you?
Who cares?
Who cares, says Jenny. Jenny says, who cares? Welcome back.
It's not Jenny.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I'm depressed now. I'm depressed.
Why are you depressed?
I've done so much. I've taken in so many homeless people and I sent them out there with the word.
Affirmation for the ladies. Listen, you can only imagine the inside of a mind by being inside of it. And that is, that was fucking good.
Disgusting.
That was really good.
Disgusting.
That was terrific. Quick affirmation for these. They have anime subscription boxes, and you get a lot of really cool merch that you might have otherwise have missed. That was for these. Okay, so listen, Jenny, you're giggling. I know you're disappointed.
No, I know.
A lot
I know
of
you're
people
disappointed.
get really
Whoa.
upset whenever there's a mass shooting. I certainly understand why.
I stand by that. And you've been terminated. almighty, night year. Hey, Jen, can you just take your hit of Fent for the night? I don't want to have to keep hearing your voice, buddy. How long until you start doing the lean? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Nathan.
Who is this?
This is Nate.
Nate. Namaste, Nate. How are you tonight?
Doing good. Kind of bummed, but we're doing good.
We got a quick affirmation for ladies on deck. DSW. Great product at a great price.
I agree.
Now, let's go ahead and get... So you're bummed out, but you're doing okay. Talk to me. Give me some details about that, Nate.
Well, I'm balding, and I don't know how I feel about it.
You should feel bad.
I do feel bad.
There we go. You're on the right track.
Huh.
What kind of bad, though? Give me some more details. What's going on? Fill in the blanks for me.
Okay, so imagine, like, your hair right now, kind of, but, like, imagine you pull it up and it's, like, not long.
Oh, you're bald
like,
and you've been terminated. Bald and rejected. Get used to it. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Hypocritomatic important announcement. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's so great to have you back. I see that you've got a important announcement.
Yep. I'm not going to do the show anymore.
You're not going to do the show
Not
anymore.
calling it.
You're not calling it.
Nope,
Why not?
Nope. I just spent $60 or $80 to call in to say about how I spread the program.
Right.
Just not doing it anymore.
Namaste. Communal vision real quick. From Night Year, Jen, I'm about to punch you in the fucking concussion, buddy. Go brush your teeth.
You are a fucking retard who never calls in, and I hate your fucking guts. Fucking Mr. Big Shot spending $20 once in a year. Thank you, Night Year, bitch.
Craigulators gifting 5 community subs. Extremely... Brother, Craigulators...
That's nice. See, that's nice.
I am moaning in a sensual sense. It's touching me erotically that you just gave 5 community subs. Namaste to you. No.
One for me, one for my homies.
So we got some back and forth. You really let Night Year have it, and that was a good one, by the way.
Oh. You're just trying to butter me up.
No, genuinely. You call them out. You're a former Explorer of the Month, for Christ's sake. Someone steps up to you, disrespects you, and then you say, you never even called in.
I'm so mad right now.
Now, what are you going to do with that anger, though?
I almost broke my TV.
Caller, if you really want to destroy yourself from calling in, you should say something racial or evil that you can't take back. Please do not. Lay your pickle jar.
Been there, done that. Nice try.
Yeah.
Amateurs.
Listen, if I could let you do it, I would.
My
listen.
feelings are hurt.
And okay, talk to me. You're depressed.
I've been around here years, and I can't even tell people because you have all these assholes come in, and I friggin' go out there and I spread the word. I literally do.
Not you with the communal vision. Hey, Jen, it's not your TV. When you steal it from the motel room,
suck my fucking butt.
Post a $15 quickie.
This guy doesn't even look. It's not funny. It's not. The grammar's bad. The whole thing is just bad. Okay. This is supposed to be a top-notch show. It's supposed to be somewhere that people can come as a safe haven, and you have a fucking what do they call those big ugly
Larry Pickle Jar.
things?
Caller, no one cares that you've been around for years. We are all just secretly waiting for you to die.
I can't disagree with that caller. So am I. Hashtag me too.
Craigulators with another communal vision from Craigulators. I'm flying. I'm the luckiest boy in the world.
You're the luckiest boy in the world. Thanks, Craig.
Now, talk to me. Let's chat about sharing the light of explorations. Communal vision from Night Year. Real quick, say something nice about me. Ha.
If I hear that name one more time, I swear to Christ, I will break my television and I will buy another one. I give no fucks. I'm sorry to curse, Leslie. He's really getting under
There are
my...
no rules against cursing.
He's in my craw tonight. Anyway, Leslie, the way that you serve the program and share it is that you find someone who really needs help and that seems very vulnerable.
Well, people that need help are vulnerable. I mean, that's easy, finding those two qualities. Quick affirmation for fellas. Listen, if they need help, they are vulnerable. If you're looking to share, hold on. Let's get another one for...
Oh, man. They smell like yesterday's clothes.
Affirmation for men, don't look in the mirror. You should not be looking in the mirror. Gay, straight, whatever the fuck you are, don't look in the mirror. Stop.
That sounds like Craig. Craig was looking at himself earlier and saying how good looking he is, and it took like 45 minutes. And it's like,
Communal vision coming in from Nindinu. Jenny, is it true you tried to weigh your pussy in a Publix scale and it broke and they kicked you out?
You mean that puss? Anyway, I have an autoimmune deficiency and polycystic ovarian disease. So laugh it up, Mindy New.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, girl. Hi, sweetie. I want to give my favorite jug a hug, says Pepperoncini.
Oh, hey, Paps. Hey, Paps. Paps, I think this is it. Tonight's the night.
Real quick,
Love
we
you,
got
Paps.
Mother Nipple Mom. I'll read that message in just a moment. In addition to sharing an affirmation with men.
Mother Nips has always been very kind.
Mother Nipple Bottom is a true gem. A true gem here. Listen, fellas, cover your toes. Except, hold on, I gotta finish that. Okay. Communal vision, real quick from Night Year. Hey Jen, how's life?
Communal vision from Hipster Cryptomatic. What's your address? Did you get that one? I didn't see it.
No, it wasn't on the screen. Communal vision. Larry Picklejar says, fuck. Is that why that bag of avocados I bought at Publix smelled like sour milk and AIDS?
Anyway, so the way that you want to get people into the program...
And an affirmation for fellas. Listen. Cover your toes except at work. And that's listen, I think if a tech office is truly going to be like a progressive Neverland little, island of misfit toys, you got to let the fellas show toe. Period.
That's disgusting.
I don't give a shit. I think that's good stuff to say. What Orchestar asks, what AIDS smell like? Yeah, I know, but that's why if I'm just saying if you've ever been to a tech office, the office space of a tech company, you've seen what the vibe there. They're riding little fucking segways, having like automated fleshlights sucking on their cocks, drinking free kombucha. Regulators, Larry, don't buy avocados at Publix. They are racist. The avocados are racist. Against what though?
Tariffs. they're racist against
You
terrorists.
can't be racist against terrorists. That doesn't make any sense at all. Racist, I would say probably like...
Yep.
Racist, probably... Communal Vision, Nightyear says, hey, Jen, I'm going to tell you what I say when things get pretty crazy. Calm down, or call down, all right? Holy moly, stay to Civic TV 83. Oh, sweet Christ, it's good to have you all here. Namaste, Raiders. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Family Yard, white genocide. White genocide. Publix is racist against the whites. And let's get the word out. Let's get the word out. Namaste. Blessings and namaste. Communal Vision. There's so much shit happening right now. Raiders, I want to hold you. Namaste. Pepper Genie says, bitch, I don't go to an office. I'm work from home, and I don't throw up in a cup at my desk while I'm working because I thought of a bathtub that's too small. If you're going to have an anxiety attack about something, how about turning 50? Terminated. Raiders, we got it. That was a termination from Nightyear. Namaste. Blessings and namaste to Nightyear. Also, guys, hello to... Can we take a moment? Caller, I'll be right with you in just a moment. I want to address the Raiders. Civic TV 83. Raiders, namaste to you. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. I would imagine all of you know exactly what you're looking at on the screen. I would imagine this is not new to you, but just in case what you're looking at is the first day of the rest of your life. This is the most effective personal power program.
Weak, castrated men will shout that everyone needs to jack off less, or worse yet, stop jacking off altogether as a means of remedying spiritual ills. They are in desperate need of a mature man to tell them that the only way out is through more.
Namaste. That's beautiful stuff that I say all the time. Thank you so much for the bits, blessings, and namaste to Psyduck for those 50 bits of blessings. And guys, Raiders, Civic, how was the stream, brother? You know, let's cut the malarkey. Yeah, this is the most effective personal power program in the country. Yeah, sure. But talk to me about the stream. What kind of energy did we end with over there? Did you say, what kind of energy are you giving me right now? What kind of energy are we incorporating in explorations right now? I need to know. I need to know post haste. Nigel Pennyweather, see, you go to Thailand. They shove some anal beads up, you jack you off, and right before you come, they rip them out of you like your dad's lawnmower. They call it a rim start. Didn't know that. Good to know. Appreciate that. Nigel, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. They're very incisive stuff. I really appreciate that. That's a gorgeous thing to have shared. Thank you for the perspective. Space Turkey, namaste. Killer Friday Night VHS stream. Watch Live Birth and B-52s. Namaste to you. Really appreciate that. Namaste to you. Really appreciate that. That sounds like a fun night. That sounds like a fun goddamn night. Guys, can we do we shout out Civic? I'm looking at a combined chat right now. Do we shout out Civic? Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, perfect. Thank you for whoever shouted out Civic TV. Great stream, guys. If you're watching this and you're not following Civic TV 83, you're fucking up. A very, very entertaining streamer. Very, very fun time. It puts a lot of care, a lot of nuance and deliberate detail. Nindy knew communal vision as well on top of that. Nindy knew anal beads is or is not part of the program. I feel like this answer matters for membership. I mean, it's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be in the program and not use anal beads. You could be in the program and use anal beads. You could also, one person could go back and forth. You could. I mean, I would imagine if you're as committed to jacking off as I would hope that many of you are, then I would say, yeah, I would give it a try at least. It's worth a try. Give it a try. Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
Hi, my name is Ashley.
Ashley, welcome back to the program. Ashley, how are we doing tonight?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm on cloud nine. I'm having a fantastic evening with the community within the program, exploring, sharing our light with loved ones. How are you doing tonight, Ashley?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Doing great. That's wonderful to hear. Wonderful to hear. Now, Ashley, here we go. Orchestra coming in with 200 bits and a communal vision. I was thinking earlier, you think anyone ever stuck a fushigi ball up ass or pussy? Oh, for sure.
I mean, that sounds like a waste. I think fushigi balls are cool.
But I mean, a quick affirmation for non-binaries. Listen, you got to get on this fushigi ball stuff. Having a they them come at you with a fushigi ball. Let's turn this bitch up. Now, listen. Do you know what I mean? Do you think fushigi balls are non-binary coded?
Yes, and they're also. I associate them with people who can use a unicycle as well.
Right. Yeah. I would say, listen, that is so funny you said unicycle, because the next thing I was going to ask you is because if I go fushigi ball is like this like collection of items in my head that, in current day I would say are non-binary coded. And tell me about this one. See if you remember this. What about devil sticks?
I was just going to mention devil sticks. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right. Yes. Wavelength. Same wavelength. I would say. I imagine you're in a park. You see some non-binary kind of like circus people doing the devil sticks and really throwing it up in the air, getting a lot of twirls and stuff. That would be really exciting and fun, right?
Oh yeah, I'm very easily amused. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, there's a group of circus people, and by my home they practice in the park. They're really off-putting. I haven't clocked them, as far as their gender, but actually they seem like they seem like kind of like ex-jam band people. I will clock them. They seem like ex-jam band people. Communal vision from Nindinu. Would the community buy a Leslie Tanner Chia Pets? I don't see why not.
I wouldn't, but I would buy other merch.
Well, good news. We got some. We're gonna do some merch here soon. Very, very soon. We got it launching up soon. We're working on a website and whatnot as well. Well, listen, you and me, Ashley, we could holy butt all day. We could. I feel like we could just, follow our rapport and really just kind of squawk like a couple of birds forever. But I want to take you to task, Ashley. Is that all right?
Okay. Take me to task.
Okay. So right now we are exploring sharing our light with our loved ones. Now, Ashley, you're on the newer side. As far as, with being an explorer. Is that accurate?
Yes. It was a happy accident.
Happy accident. Sort of literally an accident that you were invited, and then really just the relationship has blossomed from there. Truly a tulip in the springtime. And so what I want to broach with you is a question that will, if it hasn't come up already in your life, it is inevitable that it will come up. Because when somebody resonates the way you have with the program of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, what's going to happen next is you will have a song in your heart that you must share. You will find yourself unable to resist the temptation of sharing the light that you have experienced here.
I agree completely. I'm actually attempting to do that.
Have you come across this urge, this temptation?
Very rarely. Occasionally.
Very rarely. And specifically with explorations, have you broached this topic with yourself in the since joining?
I have.
Beautiful. Okay, take us through that. Now, Who'd you tell? What about that person made you want to tell them?
Well, I told my wife, and because I thought that she would enjoy such a program too, and I would really love to tell the community. So I would like to work together to put up a billboard so we could tell a lot of people.
Yes. Yes.
You can pick the state.
Yes. I would love this. I would absolutely
I'm very
love this.
serious, yes.
I am not. I don't like joking around. I'll be honest with you. I don't joke around. Every once in a while, you'll catch me with my guard down, because I would like to mix in some play with the work that we do here. But generally speaking, I'm a very serious, concrete person. And so when I say yes like that, I mean it. You want to work? But so let's talk to me about this. You shared the light with your wife. And how did that go? And how does your wife find the program?
She really enjoys it. She's more of a silent participant.
Right.
But
sure,
next
those are
to me
important.
every single time I'm listening. Yes.
Those are important. We have our lurkers back there, and they are the glue that holds this old jalopy together, in my opinion.
Yeah, she holds my old jalopy together. Absolutely.
Oh, women. Okay, now, Ashley, I love that to hear. So just like a quick, what kind of advice would you give to somebody in chat who's looking to broach the topic of explorations with someone in their immediate family, or more specifically, their special other, right? What kind of, if they're nervous about it, what would you tell them right now?
Well, I mean, if they're nervous about it, they're probably right to be nervous. They know how their family would react. I think I would pick the least bombastic of all of my family members to bring this to and explain to them. I would actually kind of like barter / blackmail them with something I've done for them in the past to make them listen. I'd be like, oh, I drove you to a doctor's appointment. Oh, I wiped your ass after you had a hysterectomy.
Sure.
That kind of thing, because they're not going to say no, right? They're not going to say no to that. That's how I would do it. But I would pick the one that was least likely to pop off.
So you pick the one that you think would vibe with it the least amount, is what you're saying?
No. That would vibe with it the most. But if they don't like it, that they're not going to pop off and explode and, do something against you. I'm very pick the sleeper cell of the family.
Ooh, okay. I see what you're saying. You find the fuel tank and you shoot at the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Beautiful. I love that. I always like finding a Bruce Willis analogy here. You got to shoot at that fuel tank in the helicopter, and if you really want to get it done. So okay. So that's a beautiful. I really like the way you put that. I really appreciate you sharing that sort of vulnerability of your own home with you and your wife like that. Really beautiful. Now, let's move on to the next order of business that you brought up. This billboard. You want to work with the community to get a billboard going.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about that. How do you even begin to do that? I know nothing about billboards.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but have you ever seen like an empty billboard where it has a number on it?
I have. I've seen those.
Yeah. You call them up and you give like a mock-up of what you want to do, and they ask you, is it political? And you can lie. It's fine. We would say no. And you get it done. We send up whatever image you would want on the billboard. We pick what state you would like. Oh, yeah. Now, if you agree to this, it's fully going to happen. So just so you know, so don't go into it thinking I'm joking.
Listen, once again, I don't like joking, to be honest. I don't even like it. I think it's a weakness in general. I think I like straight shooting. I like concrete communication. So I'm taking you 100% literally right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Please do.
Okay. So basically we pick the state, we pick an area, we pick maybe off a highway or something like that, and we just slap some shit up there.
Oh yeah. I think we should do like a nice picture of you where it's like about chest up, and you're kind of turned to the side, and I want you to be holding something, but I'm not sure what. We can think about it. And there's like a beautiful background, and then it might just say your name.
Yeah, I think, ooh, you know what? I think, because I can't, listen, I can't, I don't want to say maybe we could put the website on there, because we got a website getting up on its own legs.
We could do that. Would you hold a cat? Would you be willing to hold a cat for this billboard?
No.
Leslie. It would be so cute.
Listen,
Come on.
Yeah, but we got to think about the message that we're sending, right?
What would you be willing? Think, ponder it. Think about what you'd be willing to hold that would be on a billboard that a bunch of
Listen,
people
I don't think a cat. I might listen. If I'm just playing the lowest common denominator because everybody likes a cat, therefore I might as well just show whole, right? I might just get on there, spread my ass open, and just show whole. Plenty of people would like to see that.
Will you play your instrument on the board?
Sure, I'll have a saxophone.
Yeah, we can do that. Also, sorry, but you are cat-coded. I'm sorry. You are.
I mean...
Oh, you are, Leslie.
I don't really understand what you're talking about.
It's okay. You don't need to. People in the know what I mean.
See, even Sir Fartgasm says, I'm not into man-ass, but I'd look. That's the thing. We can't...
Right?
Listen. We gotta get past this cat business. We gotta get past this cat business. Now,
listen, I was just making a suggestion. It doesn't have to be a cat, but always in my heart, I'm gonna see you as like you're cat coded. So just know that. Keep it in your head, and then we'll pick something else.
yeah, I would imagine. What's your relationship like with your father?
Oh, my father recently died.
Okay.
I promised to my sister that I wouldn't act up at the celebration of life. We'll see.
You might act up.
Yeah, I might.
So you said he was dead, and you didn't pause. I didn't feel like a. How do you feel about his death?
I feel nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so that says a lot. That says quite a bit. That says quite a bit emotionally. And you might act up. You think you're going to get arrested?
No, because I don't think anybody in the family would call the police on me. But I want to bring. This is what I want to do. I want to get like the Black Widow's hats with the mesh, and then bring a couple friends to like cry and stomp around and throw themselves on the casket. My sister is heavily
good vibes only.
That I don't
real
do
quick,
that.
we got a quote. Vibes are a sickness. They are breast milk to the feeble-minded.
So you're talking about going like full pig and lesbian shit at the funeral?
No, it's kind of like how a widow would act. Maybe if like her trophy husband died early, or her like she found out there was a prenup after he died or something. I don't know. Like wailing, throwing yourself on the coffin.
Oh yeah. So make a big. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. We're talking about more theatrical.
Yeah. I have some friends willing to help me out with that.
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah, I think you should go for it. I think you should act up.
Yeah.
I think.
Why not? It's going to be boring. It'll be boring.
It'll be boring. Your sister will look back on it fondly at some point.
Yeah. She likes me. We get along.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay.
She probably even assumes that you're probably going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She knows I'm going to do something.
So
she assumes I will do something.
I think you got a clear runway on that. I think you should just. I think you got to do it. You got to do it and report back, please. Please tell us how it went. Now with this billboard stuff, though, I do pour with a communal vision. Namaste. Is this the sister who mangled her hand in the NutriBullet?
Yes.
Damn. By the way, how did that happen?
She had a NutriBullet that was malfunctioning, and I don't know if you've used one, but it's not supposed to be able to. The blades aren't supposed to turn if the cup isn't on, and hers was malfunctioning, and she put her hand on top of it, and it completely, oh my God, it mangled her hand. She had to get so many stitches, and then she made a meme of it where it showed her hand, and she said, I went to go make a green juice and mangled my hand. I should have had a V8. I don't know if you remember those commercials. It was like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
So did she sue?
No, what? Sue over that? Come on.
I mean, it would be justified.
I mean, we don't sue over everything. They sewed up her hand. She was all right.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
She kept her hand.
All right. Now, listen. Listen. You've already. I would never in a million years have expected somebody who's been with the program for such a relatively short period of time to have already shared it with the people closest to them, and that you have stepped up to the plate and done exactly that, and have done it successfully. Is it really speaks volumes about you? Really speaks volumes about you. I think I wish if half of the new explorers had an ounce of the resilience and perseverance that you have shown already, Lord Almighty, we'd have a militia. We'd have a goddamned militia.
I think in a way that women make the best soldiers.
In what way exactly is that?
They care less.
About what?
About seeing someone dying, about seeing someone injured. It's true. Talk to any woman. Get her honest. Get her guard down. She'll tell you.
Yeah, but women are. It's not that women. You see, in my opinion, as a therapist, it's not that women are less violent. It's that they're the violence that they generally tend to is of a different nature.
Yes, and they also have less reason to be violent as well.
I mean, I don't know about that.
And they do, and they care more about being caught.
Less reason to be violent?
Yep.
Who do you think violent crimes happen to? Pepper and Cheney, the women soldiers of the IDF are the most powerful and deadly people on the planet, and they give you fuck me eyes in their promotional materials.
I mean, I think that's just him wanting to see fuck me eyes, probably.
No, they have I remember reading about how starting in the 90s, Israel flooded American media with big titty Israeli ladies.
Oh, I'm sure they did. They're literally terrible.
Yeah, I remember like being like 17 in whatever year that was, and like getting an FHM or something, and like half of the girls in it would be like Israeli or something. I'd be like, man, Israel's so hot. That's so cool. It worked on me.
If you don't mind me asking, Leslie, how old are you?
It's a mystery. It has
general ballpark. It doesn't have to be exact.
It has to be a mystery. It has to be a mystery, right? I'm timeless.
All right.
It has to be a mystery. Well, listen. You've been very generous with your time this evening, Ashley, and Lord knows I don't want to hog your whole night up, but I do want to say this before we move on to our next caller, though, is that this billboard business, we got to chat about it, because we got some very exciting stuff coming up, and I think getting a billboard, holy moly, I think that would really, that would be so exciting.
I agree.
I think
it'd be amusing to me.
Yeah, I think that would be very. It's going to be simple. It's going to be simple. I've already got the idea. I'll sketch it up and send it over to you. Okay.
Okay, and you'll pick the state.
And I'll pick. Ooh, yeah, that's a good. Ooh, goodness gracious! There's so much fun to have with that. What state?
Yeah.
What state do you think off the top of your head?
Well, I mean, I know I don't want it in my state, but nearly any other one, I'm not sure, because when I look at you, what about Portland?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, there are definitely
Don't
a lost
well
population there that would Pepperoncini says, fun Israel fact. The IDF soldier with the highest kill count subcategory children is a woman. Girl bosses for the win.
Yeah, I believe it. I think you would clean up very well in Portland.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's have a chat about that. I think you might have a good instinct for this, and I think just going with your instinct on this might be the right move.
Okay.
I don't particularly. Well, yeah. Let's Portland. I'd imagine.
Could just pick a random state. I can pick a random state.
What city or state likes to suck its own cock the most?
Which city is the most bisexual? I think about that frequently.
What city's the most bisexual?
It's not Florida. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat.
Seattle, says Jessica. Des Moines. Most bisexual. Asheville.
Yeah.
No. Might be onto something.
We could do a poll. We could have all of your supporters.
Bend, Oregon,
help us
Austin,
decide.
San Fran, Burlington, Milwaukee, Idaho, Vermont, Cali, New York,
Vermont might
San
be
Fran,
good.
Florida is a dangling cock. New York only because of New York City. Well, yeah, I guess we got to ask by population, by numbers, or by capita.
Well, I mean, I guess by capita. Bi is gay adjacent. Blue drives Amelia.
So where but if you're looking for gay, let's be specific though. If we're looking for the most number of straight up homosexuals, then that's one thing. But if we're looking for bisexuals,
we are looking for bisexuals, but like if we can't get that info, we need to go with like the next best thing. Austin is really good, I think.
yeah, I was thinking maybe Austin.
Yeah. I think you'd like clean up very well in that demographic.
Technically, straight is gay adjacent. So we'll get into that later. Okay. Well, listen. Let's brainstorm.
Andy, whatever.
I love it. No. I'm in love with this idea. I'm very titillated to make this happen. So I'll message you. I'll message you tonight. Okay.
Please do.
All right. I will.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Namaste, Ashley.
Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. What a beautiful evening. Namaste, everybody. I got to take a piss. You know it's time. It's that damn time. I got to piss, and we'll be back with the second half of the program tonight as we explore sharing our light with loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, allow this moment to sort of clear the buildup on your third eye and stick around for a couple words about my community of devoted light at Patreon.com. That's right. For a couple dollars a month, you can join my inner circle and really get to the meat on the bones of this program. Podcasts, monthly postcard, music downloads, secret Discord channel. We got so much stuff to give you. But guys, we'll be back in just a minute. I got to take a piss. Namaste to you.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on Patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing.
Aldi brand Kool-Aid is just as good as the normal Kool-Aid. And if you're gonna be like me, Leslie Tanner, and have a warm, casual time in the summer, then I think it's important that we keep this in mind, that Aldi brand Kool-Aid is just every bit as refreshing and tasty as name brand Kool-Aid. Bottoms up. I'll show you an example.
Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, my explorers. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's me, second half of the program tonight, getting into some calls, exploring the theme of sharing our light with loved ones. How do we broach that topic? How do we give the people that we care about more than anything the tools, the transformative and revolutionary tools of the most effective personal power program in the country? Well, namaste, guys. First of all, if you're just covering your own bases, getting yourself to the next level that we speak about so frequently here at Explorations, consider joining my community of devoted light, guys. I got some stuff, couple updates. We got some new stuff coming down the pipeline. We got a VHS tape. We got some postcards coming up. We're gonna be playing catch up with the postcards. We've got there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, we're doing a podcast. That's right. We're doing a podcast instead of I used to do these like weekly, then it was bi-weekly, and then the videos started taking way more time and energy, and then the production of it got a lot more involved. So we had to switch formats for that, and now we're doing a podcast, and it's really fun, guys. We're having a lot of fun with the podcast. We've been kind of diving into getting to know our moderators, so having to sit downs with those names in the chat that you see and are so familiar with. Getting a look at behind the scenes. Namaste. Now, guys, before we open the line back up, Nigel, speaking, kind of reading my mind. Nigel Pennyweather. Guys, we've got a piece of mail from you-know-who. Who sends the most of these envelopes? And it's German royalty. German royalty has sent a bunch of pictures to us again. Namaste. Blessings and namaste. So guys, those of you unfamiliar with German royalty's little MO is he goes to the mall and he goes to the photo booths and he takes the pictures that people, they pose for the pictures and then they forget about them. Or if there's extras or whatever there's going on. But he grabs these and he sends them to me. I've literally have about 1,200 of these pictures over, the past couple months. He's been sending me a lot of these pictures. So basically, like about once every couple weeks, I get a little, legal size envelope from German royalty with pictures of strangers. I don't know the area that you're grabbing this from, but it's almost always Hispanic teenagers. So yeah, I've got a lot of pictures of just random Hispanic teenagers that I will never know, and I love getting this little snapshot. I'm going to say that again. That sounds weird to do, and it is, but I love it. But I cherish it. I love getting these fucking things. I love just getting little snapshots of their lives and just reading into their faces. And let's go one by one. Again, this camera is not in focus enough. You're not going to be able to see the faces. But I will interpret the vibe. Okay, so this first one, we've got a Hispanic couple. I would put them in their 20s, though. I think the vibe is okay. The vibe is okay. I would say it's standard. I think it's within the first year. I don't see it going a lot longer than 2 years, though, if I'm clocking it. There's just a little stiffness. Maybe it's just a mood thing. Maybe it's a vibe thing. There's definitely a sexual connection. They both have their tongues out in one of these frames. But I'm just not clocking it's going to go past 2 years. Latino Leslie says Cuckoo Pie. Latino. I am actually part Latino. Namaste. That is accurate. Latino Leslie. Latin Leslie. If you're getting a Latin vibe from me, it's not on accident. It's in my blood. Okay, so we've got a family here. Hispanic family. We got a father and 2 sons under the age of 10. Now, I love this. That father really loves his kids. Oh, these boys are cheesing. These boys are goofing. They feel safe around him. They feel supported by him. And he clearly loves his sons. He's really relishing getting these pictures. He's just pretty much got the same smile on his face in every single frame. Love that. A little extra. Well, 2 extras of that. That's that couple again. Now here we got a trio of what I'm assuming are white teenage girls. How many bits to block an explorer from sending you mail, says Fram Weird. No, we say yes to this. Fram Weird, no. I appreciate it, but no. We keep these coming. We keep these coming. We like these. We say yes to these. Best friends forever. They're having fun. Whether they're clearly in like middle school, or maybe early high school. And, as with those friendships at that age, it's hard to say whether they're going to continue into later teen years or early adulthood. It's hard to predict, right? Everybody's got their own path. They get into their own shit. I remember I had a friend, one of my best friends I was a sophomore in high school, and he came back from a Christian summer camp. And he used to be, cool about swearing and talking about tits and stuff, and then he came back and he rebuked me for saying ass, I think, or calling him gay or something. It wasn't not in a lib way. He was trying to make me closer to God or something like this, and we just stopped talking after that. Okay, so good luck to them. They look like they're having fun. All right, so here we got father-daughter. Oh, this is cute. This is cute stuff. I'm gonna show this to temporary roommate, not me, and she's gonna enjoy this. Father-daughter, goofing, cute stuff.
Of ways people have hurt you, and never let it go.
That's true, and that goes especially true with parents. You gotta hold that pain close. Don't ever let go of it. So we've got a Hispanic father and Hispanic daughter. Really cute stuff. They're goofing, they're laughing, and then the biggest smile that she's got is the last frame when he's giving her a little kiss on the cheek. It's very cute. Love that.
Okay, so now we've got another young. He doesn't look like he's very invested in the relationship. Especially, she's more into it than he is, so. And it's not that interesting. He just barely moves. He's got huge lips. Huge lips. We've got a black couple, full adults, but you know, as it goes with a lot of it's hard to tell with a lot of black people. It's hard to tell their age. You know what I mean? I mean, this could be anywhere between 30 and honestly like 65 years old. And they look good. They look good and they're having fun. It's a genuine love there. I see that as a therapist. Oh, we've got a single photo shoot. Oh, this is precious. She's like 12 years old, single photo shoot. Namaste. Confidence. I like that. People should do that more. People should do single photo shoots in the thing more, in the photo booth more. Yep, I shoot you like cats. Google, I called into the Toad PhD channel just now. It smells like 4chan over there. Yeah, how'd that conversation go? I called once, I never got in. It was a long time ago. Well, so listen, we're on code yellow with Toad over here. We're on code yellow with Toad PhD. I'm leaving the door open to talks. He kind of offhandedly said that he could kick my ass. I know he's a tall guy, but he's also, at the time he was doing that shirtless, like, I don't know if it was like a colostomy bag or it was a dialysis or I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he looked like he was dying. I know he's tall. And if he got a good running start at me, it would be, I got to strategically consider that because he's such a big fat fella. But I mean, the code yellow. He said offhandedly that he could kick my ass. We're waiting and seeing. We're standing down and standing by though. His entire breasts are out. Yeah, that's. I mean. I support that. I support his breasts being out. Let's make that clear. Let's make that 100% clear. I support his breasts being out. I'd love to work with him though. I'd love to work with the program. I think the program could do him a lot of good. All right, so that was all of them. That was all the pictures. Namaste again. Once again, guys, German royalty for hooking it up. German royalty. I think he might think that just like he gives me a vibe like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He says he can kick my ass. I first of all, I don't think so, and second of all, I don't know what the underlying tone was there. I couldn't read it. Namaste. Well, here we go. All right, let's open these lines back up. Let's get a couple more calls in, huh? There, wow, that was fast. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Amelia.
Amelia, namaste. Welcome back to the program, Amelia. How you doing tonight?
It's great to hear from you again. I'm doing all right.
Beautiful. Wonderful to hear. Talk to me. Amelia, what's on your mind tonight before we get into the theme?
Well, I was in chat earlier, and Fram told me to call in and to talk about Yuri, but I'm happy to talk about the theme as well. And, I'm also thinking a little bit about my last infatuation. That was my last appearance here.
Beautiful. Wait. Go. Say that last part again.
I'm also thinking a little bit about my last infatuations.
Interesting.
That's
So yeah,
the last time I was on here.
so you were a contestant in Infatuations, and you did lose. And so how are you thinking back on that loss?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good still. You know, I feel like I did really well. In my opinion, I did the best against Michaela out of anyone. A lot of people, you know, although, you know, I respect your final decision, Guru, I've been personally told by a lot of people who also watch, you know, that I should have won. And, you know, but I'm also still happy to be beat by a cute clown girl. So, you know, all's good.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Michaela came to play, right? For things that she was doing, you know, on purpose, but things that she is just naturally, you know, she's gifted. She's a gifted competitor. And I don't think you're incapable of winning. And in some ways, you got the greatest gift of all of being acknowledged at that moment as a loser and being able to see where can I shore up my performance. So tell me that, Amelia, when you reflect on your performance, how are you going to be approaching our next infatuations a little differently?
Well, you told me that the thing that Michaela really had up was being more flirtatious. And I've taken that to heart. I think next time I really have to hammer in more on it feeling romantic, you know? Because I think, you know, I was pretty nervous, you know. It was also my first time in Infatuations. Not to mention, you know, talking to her. So I think I could hammer in that note more.
Yeah, that's something that's very interesting. I think it makes me very happy that you're taking my notes seriously, because I thought you heeded my guidance, right? That I was cluing everyone in on some things to do against Michaela, and you really came to play. You did. You took it to heart, but it didn't have that little bit of sugar and spice, right? That tiny little bit of something that Michaela was was her strong suit.
Yeah, and you know, I think the thing that has bothered me the most is not that I lost, but that Raji was the one to beat her. I didn't think Raji did better than me.
No, but Raji paired up against Michaela?
I feel like I could, like, easily find this guy on, like, any Xbox 360 chat. You know, like,
See,
this
listen,
guy, you know, is a guy I've seen 1,000 times.
If it was that easy to find a guy like that on Xbox 360, then you'd find a lot more ladies on Xbox 360. That guy was he is a horny young man who is able to, like, string sentences together and just also feel a vibe.
I definitely agree. He was a horny young man.
That's true. And he's a little cutie to boot. So, well, listen, I'm very happy to hear. And so are you saying right now to me, Amelia, that you will be at the next Infatuations with Leslie Tanner? You will be re-entering the octagon.
Well, when you prompt me like that, you know, I feel like I have to say yes.
Wow, guys, you heard it here first. Amelia is entering we'll be announcing next week the next Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. It'll be at the end of this month, and then we'll be preparing for the Tournament of Champions after that. So listen, namaste to your declaration. I'm very excited to see your performance this month.
I do have one quick question about Infatuations. I watched it back. My VTuber avatar was so, like, overexposed. How did that happen?
Oh, like the lighting on it?
Yeah, like, it was fine on my end. I watched the stream. It looked like a bright white light.
Oh, you know, this whole jalopy goes through so many converters that it probably has to do with that.
And to everyone calling me cute, I've seen 2 people call me cute in chat right now. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I was, you know, maybe play with the brightness a little bit. Maybe pull the brightness down a little.
Mine it isn't particularly bright on my end. But, you know, I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make it darker to compensate.
I think I'm trying to think.
Because, like, my thing is, like, detailed, and, you know, I think if, you know, people got to see the full light, of it, that could have helped me, got the
True,
anime girl
true.
appeal.
But listen, if let's say you show up with that VTuber avatar and it's a dimly lit sort of jazz club, you're gonna get trounced. You gotta play with.
Yeah, I mean,
play the
I can
octagon.
change up the lighting. I can change up the lighting as well. Maybe that's something I should do.
You're going to be
I
more
can
in
do it on
control of the
fly.
lighting than me. I can't. I'm the team over here. They kind of just set it and I just show up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Yeah. Well, listen. I do want to take you to task. I'm very excited for your performance and Infatuations later on this month. But I do want to take you to task. Sharing our light with loved ones. Talk to me. Have you broached this? I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Ashley a moment ago. Have you broached this subject within yourself of sharing the light of Explorations with someone that you care about in your life?
I mean, I think you already know this. I think I've brought at least 2 or 3 people here so far in chat. I have been spreading the word of the program to those who are close to me. I have been, telling them to tune in to this beautiful. A show isn't really quite the right word. I don't believe that gives this justice into this beautiful artwork almost. And I have gotten a few people to be watching this, even semi-consistently. And I'd love to see them get even more involved, do calls. But I've been trying to do my best here.
But you're bringing asses in the seats is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, I have so far. I brought in a few. I've, especially, like when I know I'm getting on the phone on Infatuations, I'm telling my friends, well, come watch this, and it's a gateway. It's a gateway in.
Wow. So since you're so experienced with it, let's get into strategy then. So how do you approach? There's people in your life, you want to see them unlock their full potential. And you know that the program of Explorations can help them do that. Now, as far as sharing the light, what kind of person do you find yourself sharing Explorations with? What about them sets them apart from other people that you tell them and not the others?
So for me, I think it's less about the specific type of person and rather it's more the specific way I present the program to the person. Because the program has something for everyone. You have to relate the program to what the person enjoys, their values. And then make the connection, and then that brings them in. So for example, a lot of my friends are, the weirder side, more chronically online, into things like Yuri and Yaoi. And if I start mentioning, they're very open to these weird things in our lives and how they can improve our lives, how they can relate to the program, then that's going to interest them more than saying, come listen to the guy who always calls in every show to say that he fucks his cousin.
Right, but which can be like a cool extra thing maybe for those people, but maybe not the main course.
They might need some easing in.
Yeah, right. So get them there. Well, it's funny that would be their, it's just so funny. I think it's so funny, these people with these special interests that are so, so weird and online, and then what interests them and what turns them off is always funny to me,
Yeah, I understand that. It's a very particular type of person with very particular,
exactly.
niches and turn-ons and off.
No. Okay, so what I'm also hearing from you though is that you're in a position of you're friends with a lot of freaks.
Yes.
Yeah, of like just genuinely weird people that are off-putting to a lot of other people.
Yes, exactly.
Finding themselves in the position of the other pretty frequently. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. So And listen, I'm not gonna play games about this. I'm not gonna play games about this. This program in its base, is built on a sort of yearning and incorporation and integration, but also not integration without segregation of the other, sort of simultaneously. And it's funny that you bring up these freaks and weirdos that you know that are coming here and they're finding themselves resonant with the message. The emotional experience. And this is not very, you got to be careful about talking to political people about this sort of thing, because they have they got a different agenda, they got a different game, they speak a different language. But in my experience as a therapist, you're talking to an other, they understand that they are an other. It is a part of their experience, be it racial, be it sexual, be it handicapped, be it mentally ill, be it any this, that, or the other under the sun. Most of them don't seek out to become not an other, because that is impossible. They seek to understand and unlock their true power here at Explorations by an embracing of both the integration and segregation that is necessary for the resonance of that power. What kind of freaks are you? So people are into Yuri and Yoi and what else?
Yeah, certainly. All sorts of weird sexualities, genders, niche interests. Playing fucking obscure tabletop RPGs, playing weird fucking Japanese indie games that was only released on the Commodore 64 in the 1980s. People who use fucking social media forums you've never heard of in your life, and they stay on there fucking 24/7. People who are into fucking piss or some shit. Some freaky people.
We're talking about
people,
sexual kinks. We're talking about autism. We're talking about
100%.
We're talking about mental illness.
Bipolar, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, everyone in the book.
Yeah, we get that. I get that. Now, and I think so you're saying, would you say, now tell me this, because we got some normal people in the chat right now too, all right? And I don't mean to single out just the freaks and fucking weirdos. Like listen, you're here for a reason. You're right to be here, and that reason is right. But I'm not just speaking to you. I'm not just serving you through Explorations. As much as you are a leader in this community, I'm also speaking to the people whose lives aren't as difficult, who are going to die having not experienced the level of suffering that the aforementioned kind of just any sort of mangled mind, body, and soul that we were talking about a moment ago. Would you say that you find yourself drawn to sharing the light of Explorations to these freaks because you are one yourself, or are you just are you trying to do some sort of calculation by the wins within Explorations itself? Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm certainly a freak myself,
right?
And I view myself sort of as a bridge of my people into the program.
And what are those people?
Those are the people that I described, my friends, the freaks, the mentally ill,
Yeah. Now, so listen, so basically what I want to underline in this is, we got some guys and gals in the chat right now that are listening to this conversation like, hey, this is really interesting stuff. I'm having fun. I feel good. Christopher Miller over at youtube.com. Hello. This might be relatable for you, Christopher. They may be listening to this conversation. Yeah, this is really interesting, but I'm not friends with a bunch of bipolar, tabletop, weed, retarded people. I don't even know where to begin finding those people, right? I go to work, I go work out, I go home. I'm successful, my life's not that hard or complicated. What do I do to share the light of Exploration? So what I'm hearing from you, though, right now, Amelia, is how do I do this? You do it by finding the people that are like you and speaking the language that they speak in a way that they understand. And understanding it, and from this perspective, is what truly grows the light as you share it. Am I hearing you correctly? Does this sound like a fair summary?
No, I think you're correct. I think you have to break from your mold of normalcy. If you're a normal person, you're only ever going to be able to connect with the other people who are, you meet at your job, you meet at your gym or some shit. And, these people have, in my opinion, much more limited potential. Like, how many people do you know at work? How many people can you say to, like, another person at your work? It's like, hey, there's this program on Twitch that I really think you should watch. How many of them are going to give you the time of day? Like, come on, like, barely anyone will.
Right.
These people are not, like, open-minded. They are not curious. They have already settled into their routine. You need to break out of that mold yourself and find the people with the open minds. Find the people interested in watching a personal power program on Twitch and show them. You can bring the horse to the water and let them drink.
Namaste. Namaste. Well, listen, Amelia, I don't want to get in the way of what you just said. We could go even further, but you've already done a tremendous service here. You've already done a tremendous service here. Your investment here is felt fully, and I want to thank you for your presence and being so generous tonight.
Could I say something else?
Please.
I was originally inspired to call by Fram asking me to talk about Yuri, so I wanted to take a moment to talk about that. I think Yuri can really also open one's eyes to the power of the program. Taking the program in stride with another woman, being a woman yourself, obviously, and if you're not, start hormone therapy. It's such a beautiful thing. Kissing in front of a TV with Leslie Tanner's beautiful face on it. I mean, is there anything that is more sensual, more soul-linking than that? Read some Yuri, have Leslie Tanner on your other monitor. You will feel the message flow through you with these girls kissing. You can relate the message. The program is truly girls kissing. Nothing else is as magical.
Wow. Let's leave it right there. Amelia, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Guru.
Namaste. Wow. Powerful stuff. Fram, we are at Pussy Juice. Thanks so much, Fram. Appreciate that. Namaste. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie. This is Toaster.
Hey, guys, it's best friend Toaster calling back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Toaster, how are you doing tonight?
I just wanted to call in to apologize for my behavior.
Brother, you have nothing to apologize for.
I just feel so bad about the way I acted, and it wasn't right, and I just wanted to say sorry,
No experts,
best friend Leslie.
no answers.
Quick quote. Okay, the quote's over. It's a short one. Listen, you don't have to apologize to me, Toaster.
But we were like yelling at each other, and it got really ugly, and I just don't want it to be like that.
It doesn't have to be. Don't worry about it. Let's just brother, listen, we've been through so much, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's think about that. Let's think about everything we've been through, every trial, tribulation, every crest, every trough, every river that we've crossed together. You think one little meltdown of yours is gonna throw all that in the hamper, in the trash can?
No, but we've been fighting a lot lately.
I know. And what do you think about? How do you feel about that? How do you feel that we have been fighting more?
I don't like it.
Why not? What's up? I mean, you seem so charged up, right? You're so charged up. Why don't you like it?
because best friends shouldn't be yelling at each other and they shouldn't be mad at each other. And every time we fight, it's like all I think about until I talk to you again. And then sometimes I can't even call in, and then I have to think about it until all the way till the next episode. And then I just can't stop thinking about it. I think, like, what if he's mad at me?
Mm-hmm. And that worries you.
Yeah.
Quote,
I condemn violence insofar that I exalt myself as the sole source of universal violence. I celebrate violence as I vault myself, a pig, onto a throne of pig's shit, chittering, masturbating, exalting myself as the sole source of universal violence.
Thanks so much for Duncan. Appreciate that. Namaste to you. Now, Toaster. Now, you've been in. What's been going on with you, huh? And we got a communal vision coming in from Pepper and Cheney. Remember when Leslie streamed on Wednesday when we were playing WoW and how he won't make you a mod ever and has made fun of your weird penis on many occasions, both public and private? Oh, and we are getting started with some jazz. Toaster, stick around, okay? You still there, buddy? Toaster?
I wish this would stop.
We're 1 bit. Namaste. Duncan did it. 1 bit. Blessings and namaste. Good to see. You know, we are blasting off. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for these single bits. Wow. Very generous of you. Beautiful evening. Toaster hung up, so I don't even know. I don't understand what's going on with him, but the point of the program isn't to understand. Let me make sure that that's perfectly clear. The point of this program isn't to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, the desire to understand is a defense against our true power. Let me say that one more time. The desire to understand, to have a problem that you do with the fact that you don't understand sometimes, is a defense against your true source power of the next level that we speak about so frequently. Namaste, everybody. Why can't we say, you can say it. You just said it, it's fine. I don't understand what the problem is. Yeah, no, that exclamation point hot dog, that is some bullshit. That is a relic of basically of explorers attempting to do a coup here. to sort of, I'm trying to guide you to your next level power, next level power. And what you came up with is the worship of a hot dog, of a soft phallus. Sorry, we don't do that. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Oh, you can call me Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. I just took a sip of my Diet Coke. How are you tonight, brother?
I'm doing well, Guru.
Brother, it's so
just,
good to have you back on the
basking in the
program.
light.
It's so good to have you
Thank
back
you.
on the program.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How are you doing tonight, Guru?
I'm doing good. You know, we're getting towards the home stretch here. You're going to be our final caller for the evening as we close up shop here tonight on Exploration. So that's exciting. Even in of itself. So listen, Pepperoncini, aka Chin, you don't call for no reason. All right, you call with something lodged up in the chamber that I would love to sort of hash out with you and hear about. Real quick communal vision coming in from Psyduck with a gun. The way I feel when bathing in the soothing jazz of the Guru is only akin to when I've reached release after a long, quote, foot massage. So we're talking about getting masturbated at what I would assume is maybe an Asian massage parlor of some sort. We're getting you getting your penis jacked off during a massage at some sort of massage parlor. Blessings
I
and
like to think that she's doing it with her feet.
Or yeah, maybe it's a yeah, exactly. It could be a foot, sort of feet jacking a penis off. If you can imagine that for a moment, if you imagine a sort of flaccid penis, you see what I'm saying, Sheen?
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about a soft, flaccid penis sort of draped over a set of testicles and a scrotum. You know what I mean?
I've seen it many a time.
Right. So have I. But then imagine 2 feet coming in, right? Two feet coming in.
Now, these feet, these have some sort of footwear, like an athletic shoe or a sock of any sort?
Now you're cooking with gas. Now that imagination is cooking with gas. Propane tank hooked up to that noggin of yours. No. There are shoes, but that's not what I'm imagining right now. I'm imagining sort of bare, naked feet.
Yes.
No socks.
Yes.
No shoes.
I'm putting on my Quentin Tarantino cap right now, and I'm getting a vivid picture painted in my mind.
Peps, I'm a founder of your channel. Why did you remove my VIP status? That's from Pierogi University.
You should have it. If you don't, next time you come watch me stream, I will give it to you. Easy as that.
Look at that. Problem solved. There you go, Pierogi. Namaste to you. Now, yeah. So these feet naked, they are stinky, and they begin sort of titillating the penis.
Oh, yeah, just the idea of seeing them come forward. You see a little zap go through that thing, a little lightning bolt, perk that little boy up. Rev it up.
Right. Alarm clock goes off, and there's no snooze button.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the feet, they're not good at this, but it doesn't matter. You know, a hand has so much more dexterity in it, so much more ability to get the job done. But just the idea, you know, in your mind, this is a secret from the Orient right now.
Right, exactly.
Just the mystery of it and the intrigue that it provides is enough to get you busted in moments, mere moments.
Exactly. And that's, and you know, when you think about it really objectively, does the Orient, did they invent a foot job? No way. No. Listen, if there's a thing, you can fuck it.
Yeah.
Physically speaking. And you're saying that there's an appendage of the human body that one race gets to take credit for a foot job? No. Side deck with a gun, just raw feet, nothing on there. You can see the face of God in the bunion. It stares back at you like you do in the mirror after a week-long bender.
Yeah. So the chat is getting a little upset, and I just want to say that I'm not the person getting this foot job. Right? This is in reference to a communal vision that someone else.
Don't listen. These people are prudes. These people are Puritans.
Yes.
These people.
They don't get it though.
Listen, if you find yourself disgusted, relish in the disgust. It is a gift to be disgusted. I am listening to a man talk about getting jacked off by feet. All right, he's attempting to lead you right now. Communal vision coming in. Men will put their dicks anywhere. Semen is cheap and plentiful.
Mine comes at a cost. I sell mine at premium prices, so.
I'm happy about that. Semen is cheap. Listen. Semen is plentiful. It doesn't mean it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap in what sense? They can get a lot of it. I see, but I think you're missing a spiritual element to semen itself. That it's actually as you said, I think it deserves to be priced in a premium way. And I'm so glad that you found this out about your own semen. Communal vision from Cougar Pie again. No one would ever tie him up and zap his prostate with a cattle prod.
I mean, never say never, I guess.
Yeah.
There's so much more time on the horizon in which something could happen like that, Cougar Pie. If you want to hit me up in DMs, by the way.
Yeah.
Unrelated to what you said.
Listen, yeah, I can't solicit that kind of thing over stream, but we can certainly explore that outside the stream. So maybe let's this is exciting though. I'm excited. I'm glad this came up. Now, okay, so listen, real quick affirmation for bodily fluids are definitely precious. Hold on, I gotta affirm men before we get to what you wanted to even discuss. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Disciple, namaste. Bodily fluids are definitely precious. Listen, fellas, your cum is precious, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't be jacking off all the time, though. No. If you can get more precious stuff, you should. It's a simple one-to-one. If you could produce gold. Tell me, Pepperoncini, if you could produce gold, would you not because it's supposed to be precious?
Right. To me, jacking off is like having cable television. If you're not watching it all the time, you're wasting money. Right?
Say that one more time.
It's just like having cable. If you're not watching it, you're wasting money. Right? Because if you watch cable for every hour of the month, and that bill comes in, think about the value you've gotten from that $40. Same thing with jacking off, right? You just, boom, pop that stuff out. It's going to keep growing. And the thing is, if you're not pumping it out, it gets backed up in there and they're not going to make more. Your output goes down. So if you want to increase those loads, you want to increase that up, you got to get those numbers up big time. All right. We're doing the agile method here. We're doing Kanban, Japanese, manufacturing line jack-offs in the program.
Yeah. Well, listen, something tells me you didn't want to call up and talk about masturbation tonight, did you?
That's right.
Go ahead. Let's jump in. Like I said, you don't call on accident, Cheen. So, we're lucky enough to get a call from you. Talk to me. What's going on?
I'm here to talk about sharing our light with loved ones.
Now, listen, moderator, brother of devoted light, very committed explorer, Pepper and Cheen. Talk to me. Have you, certainly you've come across this question in yourself of how and whether to share the light. And take us into that, to some examples that you have, in which you have shared the light of explorations. What kind of person did you end up seeking out? Was it somebody like you, or was there a certain trend maybe that you noticed? And what were your strategies there?
Yes. So I targeted the people in my life who are terminally online.
I see what you're saying. So there's people that spend a lot of time on the internet. And tell me, how was this deliberate, or is this something that you kind of found yourself doing, sort of unconsciously even?
Well, I think there was a deliberateness in how you sent the message to us as we slept, right? That we had to get our numbers up in the program. We have to sever our relationships with the people who we don't think will be a good fit for the program, and to bring into the fold those that are.
Mm-hmm.
So, right? People who are locked to their computers, those are the people who need the program the most. We have Fram, for example, right? Newly minted moderator, explorer of the month, posting in Discord maybe more than Michaela over a longer period of time. Just as absolutely taken to the program like water. We have Beeps, right, who is learning how to just cuckold these expert scientists and chop their balls off as part of the program.
Quick affirmation for Disciple. Caller, how is agile masturbation superior to waterfall masturbation, and why?
Do you want to do the... I can answer that. Do you want to do the affirmation first?
Yeah, let me go back and do the... Listen, fellas, get yourself a two-wheeler and just go fucking crazy.
Yeah, true.
Right? Okay. So go ahead. Take it away.
Yeah, so Disciple, the problem with the waterfall masturbation method is you have to pre-plan for how much cum volume you think you're going to spurt out. And while the agile method, you can adapt to your diet, right? The smell of your cums, the impact that's going to have on the ability for you, your volume, the thickness of the loads. You need to be able to adapt on the fly. Making that amount of cum, you just can't, you're building the cum bridge as you're learning how to build the cum bridge. So it just makes it better for you to be able to adapt to what your cum looks like and how often you can jack off.
Kind of sounds like Umbridge from Harry Potter.
If I get that reference, who's that?
Isn't that like a Professor Umbridge? Isn't that a thing? Is that right?
Cumbridge?
Isn't that like that? She's a bitch, and she's short, and she's fat, and she's mean.
She's the one who's like, what's the name of that lady on CNN? Nancy Grace. She's like the Nancy Grace of Harry Potter. Because she's like a little like, she's not
Cougar
the
Pie
journalist,
Cougar Pie has confirmed. We got a.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who. I don't understand the Nancy Grace reference. I don't understand that.
I thought there was maybe. See, I don't know my Harry Potter that well. I'm surprised you do. You can't read.
It was a dark time. It was a dark time in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Now, okay, so Disciple really appreciated your answer. Okay, so we were going through the roster of people that you have brought to the light of explorations, and all these people, given that this program has helped all of them. But all these people were online, you're saying?
That's right. Online, I mean, someone like Beeps, not as much, but relative to most people, I think you could, and also through association with her husband, explore Godspeed. Yes, I would say so.
Okay. So and so do you feel as if, in your experience, or maybe just having after thought about it for a while, in your experience, is there something in your mind that's like, oh, okay, if they're online, they're really gonna like this, rather than people that maybe they can't really make sense of Instagram, let alone Twitch or something like that. Is that a bridge, you think, that stands in the way of a lot of people?
I do. I think that's part of it, right? Or someone who's willing to have watch something for a long period of time at their computer, right? Like the number of people who I think are going to watch Twitch on their TV is low. So you have to kind of be at your computer for a longer period of time. But I also think the thing is, these are all my friends. They're all people who I went to, grew up around the same time. We're all the same age. It's targeting elder millennials' disillusionment with the world. And I think we just drive into that full force, and people just eat that shit up. I think it's the other part of it too.
There is a certain sweet spot, right? There's a certain sweet spot with the sort of millennials have a different sort of attraction to it that I've noticed than a lot of younger people. But also the older people. We got a fair number of Gen X people as well in explorations.
Oh sure, yeah. I'm not saying that, right? I mean we have our Bradleys, who I assume is a boomer. Maybe he's a Gen Xer. I don't know, but
yeah, maybe he's a cusp. He seems like olds. Yeah. He's a cuss. He does seem... He's retired, though. But can Gen X technically be retired yet?
They can be retarded. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. You got any Gen Xers in the chat right now? You just got chained. Yep. So fucking...
Because y'all drank from the hose when you were a kid, and that gave you lead poisoning in your brain. So...
Communal Vision, Stone Monster 400 says, I hope Judge Judy gets into one of these Harry Potter movies.
Stoney, you and me are just... I've had the same thought. Judge Judy in anything? Oh my... I mean...
She would be...
Can you imagine?
She would be amazing.
You know what she'd be so good as? Okay, someone disagree with me if you want, but Full Metal Jacket remake, she's the sergeant in Full Metal Jacket.
I gotta say, I do like the sound of that. That does sound nice.
Yeah, and she gets to say all the slurs, just like he did.
Oh,
and it's okay. And she wants to, as an actress, she wants to.
Yeah, of course, she's gonna be in character. So, oh yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so fun. Maybe I'm trying to think of other roles for her.
Yeah.
I think I would just love to see her spread her wings, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe like a dominatrix. I feel like she definitely has or like Findom energy for sure. That woman is rich. She has so much money. It's crazy.
I'll bet.
She works hard for it.
What's that movie with Michael Douglas where he has an Uzi and he loses his shit?
Falling Down.
Yeah, maybe he is falling down.
Wow. She has the buzz cut and she's wearing the short sleeve button up.
She's she's a lesbian with nothing to lose. And she goes nuts. I would love that. I would gladly put $25 on that GoFundMe.
They don't make cynical movies like that in that way, right? Just like that representation of LA as just like a nuclear zone.
No, they try. Now it's all snowflaked. You know what I mean? But listen, sharing the light. I feel like we're sharing the light right now. People walking into this conversation. for sharing the light. And that kind of brings me to something that I wanted to bring up tonight. OM Godspeed with a communal vision. Can't wait to receive this perspective. My dad was asking for a sandwich last night while we were in the ER, and he wanted pepperoncinis on it. I said, Cheens, got it. And he was confused, so I explained the username and the shortening of it, and et cetera. And he said very seriously, I don't care. Namaste.
That sounds like his dad for sure.
Yeah, stop telling me that.
His dad does not like you.
Me?
Yeah, he doesn't
really?
like you. Yeah,
I gotta talk to him.
You're not serious in his mind. Like you are, yeah. So
I gotta talk to Godspeed, we gotta set this up. I gotta talk to your dad.
So speaking, I will say, Godspeed didn't call in, and so I don't want to take a story away from him, but he has definitely tried to show the program to people, and he has a bad radar for who he thinks is going to get it, because everyone he's showed it to is like, what the fuck is this?
That's good. But that's good in its own way. So let's talk about that for a moment. That is actually an extremely valuable thing, because at first they might feel it might be affronting, it might be offensive, it might be this, that, and the other. But I would imagine a lot of people in chat, and I would assume the same about you, Cheen, that I'll bet you could remember an experience of being a teenager, of being kind of just like, if it was a movie or a piece of music or some other thing that just kind of confounded you and confused you, but you felt excited and titillated by the interaction with an other.
Mm-hmm.
Can you recall an experience like this?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good example of this, and I think it was like reading, like On the Road, my freshman year in high school, right? Like, oh, I could just be like a cool homeless guy, like that's an option,
right? It is,
and like in reflection of it, just like what an awful lifestyle that these people led, just truly horrendous, and just like bathing in their own. Really kind of when I think about it, following the steps of the program, right? Just all they're doing is expressing over themselves all day and questioning society and exploring in ways that are not productive to anyone, or a net negative on the world. And just being able to be like, get excited to dig into that, and then sharing that excitement with older people in my life. I just like sharing that with my uncle and be like, oh yeah, that guy is like a fucking loser deadbeat. Just getting really snapped back into reality. Was a fun.
It is to be confronted with something like that, even if they don't like it, is still spreading the light. And I think that's something that I want to really underline here. At this point that we're making right now is too often when we consider sharing the light of explorations and the revolutionary tools therein, we are trying to think of like, who would like this, who would enjoy this, who would feel positively about this. And what I think we're seeing right now is that there is a huge opportunity in exposing, with this program, exposing people that are not going to like this at all. Exposing them to the revolutionary tools of explorations. Take them outside of their rigmarole, outside of their daily routines. Show them what is possible. Show them the part of themselves that they have neglected for too long.
Yeah. That really gets me actually thinking in a different way too, which is for those people who are not willing to accept the program, is eventually when we have enough power, is showing them the light of the calamity of our light that that can be wrought upon them. Right. A light so bright that they disintegrate when they look at it. Right. At that moment, their body can either choose to accept the program or not. kind of like the red pill, blue pill, and you either dissolve into nothing or you become one of the devoted light. I've seen it. I've had visions of it. A calamity in the sky. People shouting your name. Let's share that with the world, please. If you are a member of the government, the military, U.S. military, get in touch with us. Give us the tools we need to get to that next level.
Gene, I couldn't have said it better myself, and I don't want to say anything that mussies that up. So, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for sharing that with us tonight.
Of course, Guru.
All right. Well, namaste to you, Gene.
I got one more thing. I'm so sorry, Guru.
Please.
Okay, I need this validated because I feel insane. Has anyone noticed in the last couple of days when you get on Twitch and use the chat like resets? And then, like, if you're typing, it like loses a message or it like flickers in some way? I don't know. Oh, you just got
We just got a big fat fucking fat cock of a raid. Namaste to Christ United Mission, CUM, the only mission that matters. Namaste to Christ United Mission. Blessings to you and all raiders from the Christ United Mission. You are here at the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Simple yet profound tools by which to transform your life once and for all. Namaste to you, namaste to readers and raiders. Hopefully not readers, but we were about to just kind of. We're actually, funnily enough, we are winding down ourselves over here. But guys, if you are ready for the next step, or you're ready for the final journey, you're ready for the first day of the rest of your life, you're ready for some change in your life, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button and join me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country. Namaste to you all. Tell me, Christ United Mission, how was the stream? How was the goddamn stream over there? Talk to me right now. I gotta know. You give me the straight talk. If it was bad, tell me. If it was a piece of shit at the end, especially, you gotta let me know. If it sucked dog shit out of a tube or whatever you want to say, you can say that. Open up that little trap and just and share it with the world. Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so Cheen, you go ahead and ask that question one more time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna let you go. The program works, etc., etc.
Okay.
Again, if you don't follow Leslie, you may be dissolved in the light. Just a fair warning.
That's
to the readers.
They probably have no idea what that means, but maybe that's a blessing in its own way.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's their fault for not being here sooner.
I know. Well, namaste to you, Cheen. Thanks so much for being so generous with yourself tonight.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Goodbye, Guru.
Goodbye. Shanka Patamas, namaste to you and welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner, as well as Polskadot. Namaste to you and welcome. It's so great to have you. Blessings and namaste. I liked it, but not the last caller. Cooker Pie, scared of male sexuality. Scared of male sexuality. Oh, we got a lesbian scared of male sexuality. I don't know if full lesbian. You said bisexual earlier. I don't know what you are. Listen, it's supposed to be hideous. Listen, if you're a fella in the chat and you're self-conscious about your cock, no duh. If you're off-put by your own sexual urges and self-expressions, listen, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Do not throw that away. Do not go get affirmed. Do not join a men's group that are going to do support shit. No, you're alone. It's you and it's nature. And you shouldn't like it. Use it. Use it. Use that disgust. Use that repulsion. Listen, if you throw out the repulsion, and this goes for everybody, men, women, whatever, attracted to whatever, sexuality should not be good. I sent out a postcard a couple days ago and asked the question, it answered a question. It says, nature is not good. That includes sexuality. Nature is not good. That includes sexuality. Yeah, that includes a penis. What the? We gotta have a sex night. We gotta have a sex night. Well, that's planned up for next week. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get some writings together for next week so we can explore male sexuality together. Namaste. Now we're gonna focus on male sexuality because it is the most repulsive, and therefore it is the best way to understand sexuality in general. Let me lead you next week as we discuss male sexuality. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's on Tuesday or Thursday. But guys, that's going to be. Well, I mean, animal sexuality acrocosm is a good example. Certainly speaking, good example. But it's a little. We got to pick something that's a little closer to home, and it's going to be male sexuality. Namaste. Guys, beautiful stream tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. It was wonderful to be with you. We explored sharing our light with loved ones. We got some new strategies, heard some reports from the vanguard, from explorers both new and old, and that was such a treat for me personally. Thank you guys for everybody. Thank you to the Raiders. Thank you to Christ United Mission Raiders. Thank you to I'm blanking on it. We were rated by Walk-ins, namaste. Thank you to everybody who pushed that big old Jazz Express along. Namaste to you. It was wonderful to be with all of you tonight. Thank you guys so much for everything that you give. You know what? It's Friday night. So we are going to raid a very, very dear friend of the program. I've been working with this streamer for years now, and you can see it in the quality of his work. You can see it in the quality of his streams. Really, just year after year after working with the program, he puts together some of the most entertaining stuff on Twitch.tv. And you can really feel the fingerprints of explorations all over what's going on over there. So let's go ahead and raid. Civic. Well, I saw it too late. I didn't see that Civic was streaming. Oh, Civic rated. Yes, namaste. Civic TV 83. Guys, again, if you're not following Civic TV 83, you're fucking up. There aren't very many things of that quality on Twitch.tv, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, we'll be back Tuesday night. Brand new exploration. No stream tomorrow. We'll be back Tuesday, normal time. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, join the Discord and the Twitter and the what have yous and the whatnots and consider the community of Devoted Light at patreon.com. Get your podcasts, your videos, your monthly postcards. Namaste, though, guys. I'll see you Tuesday. One day next week, we're going to explore human sexuality. So let's go say what's up. Uncle Joe, drop some namastes in the chat. Blessings and namaste, guys. See you later. All right, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. I'll fix somebody mentioned the super chat. We'll fix it. I'll see what's going on. Oh, no, it's a solid dollar amount. I'm going to add communal vision.